I don't even have a way to start. I just push go. I just push record, and re-record. How was the drive down here?
Yo, it wasn't too bad actually. Like it cleared up really well. Like it's usually like an hour on those weekdays getting out to Ventura, but here 45. And I mean in LA, like driving 2 blocks takes an hour. So like an hour to actually get somewhere, I'm cool with that.
Nobody heard what you just said.
That's fucking awful, dude. We'll pass the mic. We're not playing this game anymore. Yeah.
They're gonna be in the comments like the first 5 seconds. They're like, wait, what? What did he just say?
Anything. Yeah, dude's just mouthing for the first 5 seconds. Just fucking with us.
You never know what you're gonna get, yo. It took me an hour to get set up. I'm always everybody that's been on this podcast before, I'm always late. I have some food too. Normally before, I usually feed the guests, but this time we got to watch Extreme Roast Battle.
Yep, Extreme Roast Battle. I remember that.
Yep, and who I'm sitting with, he got to perform. Mm-hmm. He got to fight. He got to make us laugh. And also, his co-pilot, his right hand, she was here with him. Yeah, y'all see him. So, for those that don't know, we're going to give a nice warm welcome to 2 people that I have grown to just get to know in this comedy journey of mine. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to make some noise for Mr. Alec Pritchard and Mrs. Stephany Santana, you guys. Yeah. All that.
Hey guys, happy to be here.
Thanks for coming out. Thank you. This is cool. So I'm gonna ask all those typical questions. What got you in the It can be boring, but people actually want to know that. People want to know that. And they also want to know why half of my head is not in the shot. We're going to... Where is that? We're going to tilt that up some. And that should do it. All right. So, Alec, we've done a handful of shows together, from Copa to Gigi to Extreme Roast Battle. To
the Goodland show, that first Goodland show.
Exactly, yeah. Shout out to Gary Polson and Goodland Comedy. How long have you been doing comedy for?
A little under 2 years. It's gonna be 2 years in about a month now. So yeah, like summer 2021. Yeah, and I don't know. It's been fun. I don't have like a big story of why I got into it. Right. I think I came down to LA to do the writing and comedy thing. That New York. The 2 places where you can actually make that dream be real.
You went to New York?
Oh no, I know I'm not going to New York. New York City is awful. LA is like the one big city I can put up with. I'm not. Yeah, West Coast forever.
Stephany from LA?
Dude. Yeah.
I am actually from the East Coast.
She's from the East
Coast.
Oh, jeez.
But I'm like Southern. Like I'm Southern. I don't like fuck with New York because they're like not Southerners, Yankees. Like I'm from the South, so I'm not gonna go to New York.
What's a Yankee? I'm about to learn a lot. What's a Yankee?
Yes, they are still saying that. So I'm from North Carolina.
Okay, Carolinas is fun.
And so yeah. I identify, like, if I had to pick, New York or California, I'm gonna pick California. Like I'm gonna do it.
Well, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, not all East Coasters. We're not all tight. We're not all tight like that.
Wait, what is? Okay, I think I'm asking for all black people, and we're gonna get back. To your question. But what is a Yankee? I'm like New York Yankee.
I want to know this too.
Yeah.
No, a Yankee is like anyone from New England, like a northerner.
Like Yankee Doodle went to town type shit, or.
It sounds like
I do not mean to be ignorant. You just said Yankee, and I was like, I've never heard Yankee besides baseball.
I think it might have been because of the Civil War. It's a Civil War. I was like, I don't want to say anything that gets me canceled. I come right in hot. Look, I come right in hot with Yankee.
We're going in, all right? We're going in. That's you never know what you're going to get on the Realquicctho podcast.
Well, that could be a question to the audience. Have you heard of Yankee, and is it derogatory? And if it is, we said our names, but you can forget.
Her bad. I didn't know. I'm thinking New York Yankees, like, because we was talking about East Coast, Yankees, Shit, I don't know. I think
He's saying it. He's
I think
saying
I'm
it.
digging
If
the
that's
hole.
where it came from, though, good on the Yankees for taking like a derogatory term and being like, "Great, we're gonna be the best baseball."
I don't think it is. I think you can say Yankee in 2023.
Hey, boys are girls and girls are boys. You can say Yankee, right?
Yes,
I didn't know it was
Got
word.
some Yankees out west. We got all kinds.
I didn't know it was derogatory.
I don't know. I'll Google it later.
And you're
Get
nice.
into that, yeah. No, she's a natural. She's a host. She came up hosting like even more than she came up doing stand up. So she's a natural at keeping this thing flowing.
Yeah, I like hosting. I do hosting more than
I
stand up.
love hosting. I love hosting. All right, so let's get back to the comedy. We're gonna get to we're gonna get back to Mr. Alec. So when I ask these questions, it's generally for the both of you.
Okay.
Okay. So comedy for 2 years.
Mhm.
And there's no reason, you just was like, you know what, I'm gonna try this shit. Everybody else is doing it. Let me see. Or how did it just come about?
So it's the dream. So the dream really is like screenwriting, like movies and TV shows. But just to break in, you gotta be like a multi-hyphenate. You gotta be doing so many things. Mm-hmm. And stand-up is such a good place to get those jokes out. You're meeting other creative people. It's just a place, especially in LA, just stay visible. There's like such this culture of like, I see you working, I see you at all these mics. It's just be in people's faces, always be there, always have something new for them. I guess outwardly identify as that creative, right? That's what they want to see from you, to see that you're someone they want to work with. So yeah.
Got to be coachable. You got to be able
100%,
to. You got to be able to learn, and you got to be able to teach too. You ever been on a podcast before?
No, this is the first time really like interview of any kind.
Hey, Realquicctho podcast. This is what I'm doing out here, man. Yeah, I like that. You're like the fifth person. You're like the fifth person.
Like cherry that you popped on the whole podcast thing.
Yeah.
You're getting used to it. You got to type.
Yeah. Hey, you comedians or artists, I'm turning them out. Yeah, I'm turning y'all out. Stephany, same? Or
I kind of have a weird journey with comedy. In 2018, I haven't been doing it consecutively for however long ago 2018 was. I don't even. I can't. But basically, it's a typical story. I had a bad breakup, and then
I like typical though. Typical is underrated.
Yeah. Well, I had a bad breakup, and then the Liquid Zoo on Sherman Way in Sepulveda, Van Nuys.
Yep.
Yeah. Yes,
Heard of it.
they have. I think like 3 open cases against them. They were recently robbed. Great place. And so I walked there because I used to live really close. I walked there for the first time. I walked there in heels. There were these like boots, and I walked there and I did my first set, and then I took it seriously for like a couple of months, and then the work I was doing, I was on set a lot. I worked in production previously, and so I like when you're working like 16-hour days, you can't hit mics.
Yes.
You can't do that.
That's too much. It could be a lot.
And then I met Jonathan David, and then Ryan Talmo, Valley Jesus, and then I started to co-host the Thursday mics there at Corbin Bowl. And so I have done that.
That's where I know you.
Yeah. And so yeah, it's been a sporadic journey, a lot more hosting than stand up itself, but I still do like more now. I've been going out to more mics now. Hit up Richie's mic in NoHo Diner, Richie the C. So that yesterday.
Local legend and now part owner of the venue.
Yeah. So that's kind of my journey. I've been doing it like sporadically here and there, and then hosting for more than 2 years. And then in May, Hill to Die On celebrated.
Yeah, let's get into
a year.
So this
Celebrated
is
a
yours,
year.
right? This is your entity, or
So this is our mic, the Hill to Die On. She was kind of in May, so we've been doing it a little over a year, and they gave her a space basically to do whatever she wanted, like her own spin-off of the main Thursday thing to run her show.
where is this?
Yeah, so it's at Corbin Bowl. It's at where we're Thursdays. Yeah, and it's every other Tuesday. And I talked with Andy, who's the event manager, and he gave me my own night, and I came up with the title, and then Alec came up with the format.
Yeah, little kind of concept mic and game. So mics are always the same thing every time, and we thought, how do we get this to stand out? So the idea is you die on that hill. What's your topic? I know you were talking earlier.
Yeah,
like ketchup
yeah.
does not belong on eggs, right?
Guys, we had a very intense discussion.
Ketchup on rice? All right, look.
Ketchup on rice.
That's the hill I'm dying.
Hey.
I'm dying on that hill by myself. I'm not putting ketchup on my rice, okay?
No.
Do that. Yeah, I'm right there with you, dude. But that's exactly like that. So you come up there and be like, my hill to die on, ketchup belongs nowhere near rice, and you're just joking around, just riffing on that for like 3 minutes, and then you stop and you say, is this a hill to die on? And then the audience, if they're feeling you, they'll let you know, and then you get 3 minutes to do whatever you want. Like it's another mic. You earned that time. But if the audience isn't feeling you, try again next week.
That's pretty.
And there's only been one person that the audience have said no.
Me.
And it was
So this is I want to know the hill. Can we say it?
No, it wasn't even bad. I don't know what it was. I just didn't have it that day. It was real early. It was like 3 in. It was like I was kind of mad. It was probably a bad day. I'm not a natural host. She's a natural host. I'm just the comedian who helps her out, I guess.
No, I did notice that because once the camera's cut on, you like
old pro, right? Like
Yeah.
she's on it.
Yeah. Like cause so what if you watch a few of my episodes, what'll happen is everybody's them when the cameras are off, but when the cameras are on, you could just tell when it's not natural.
Oh, you hunch up and stuff. Yeah, and
You know,
you're
it's like,
speaking differently and
I did in comedy for 5 years.
Good to know that's how it's going.
get the robotic voice.
Yeah, Kat Chappelle and Dave Williams are my. It's like, bro, just ease up here. Take a sip of the water.
All right.
Relax. Have a good time.
In, out.
Yeah, breathe a little bit. This isn't that kind of virginity taken, okay? Just relax a little bit. So this one is so Hill to Die On is every Tuesday. So what's because you all
every
know who
other
Bork
Tuesday.
is,
We
right?
have a weird schedule, but if you want to see the Tuesdays, check out our Instagram when we update it. But we'll have all the. Do we have all the?
Yeah, it's on there.
It's on
We
it.
got it through like early August.
Okay. Yeah, so it's on the Hill to Die on Instagram. It's updated through early August, and then I need to update it on my own personal one.
And the merch. When'd you start doing the merch?
We just started actually. So right now we're still trying to lock down like a good screen printing place. Just like because we want to like make it like affordable. We're trying to like
Of
make a little
course.
money off it too, but we're not trying to like gouge.
Yeah,
Dude,
no
hell,
$100
comedians out there are
t-shirts.
gouging.
A lot of comedians out
This
there
is
are
$100
charging.
hat. Okay,
Yeah.
this is $100 hat.
Hey,
This is $100 hat.
well, it's premium. That's quality.
It better be for $100.
Yes.
But no, I love this just the independency part because everybody here that I have on this table, well, besides Big was he's like probably the biggest name up here, but Barbara right here, Chai Cali, I fucking can't see it. Chai Cali, he's a barber based out of Oxnard, so we're gonna show you some love on here. Then you have Young Boss Life Clothing. That is my brand. And then we have, remember Funko Cholo? He popped up on the TV a couple times.
He was one of the guys putting money on me. The table that was like betting on me and Max's fight. That was Funk Cholo. Yeah.
He was. Yeah, that's
I'm telling you, that roast battle win made him a little money. Yeah, I helped him out.
Hey, man, he 10%. He owes you 10%.
No, he does, right? For real. Like, I tried harder. There was people rooting for Max a little bit at the end, little scrappy underdog type of thing. I'm like, no, we got to put this right real quick, though.
Real quick. I like how you put that in.
Yeah, you got to plug the show, right? We got to, hey.
All right, so 2 years comedy.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing it? If you didn't answer it already.
To like collectively, I would say like 2.5 years.
Okay, not bad.
Yeah.
So as far as because I did hear you mention production set. How long have you been doing that? Like, how long have you been working with like cameras and microphones and stuff like that? Hosting.
Yeah, I worked on set, mainly game shows for like 4 years. Let's Make a Deal, and then Supermarket Sweep was a recent one. And then I don't know if they're coming back or not, but I was on the second season of that. And that one was crazy. Cause it's a whole grocery store, like a real ass grocery store, like built, it's a set, but everything's real.
Shit.
Like it's not props, like all of the produce and everything, it's all real. So the actual set is freezing because they have to keep everything fresh. Yeah. So it was, fun crazy stories from that set. But yeah.
Okay, well, kind of off the rails. What do you think about this little production set right here?
This is so great. No, like, because you are your own control room. Because, you
it's
are
all
live
right here.
editing. And so you're doing that. Like, that's awesome. Like, to be able to do that, like, probably saves you so much time in editing.
A lot.
Like, because I
A
can't
whole
imagine
lot.
this setup having to, like, edit it. Like, and then Adobe crashes every 5 seconds.
A lot.
Yeah, it's okay. Adobe can still sponsor me if they want to.
Hey,
it's fine.
word.
We're
I'm
not
looking
shitting
for
on Adobe.
sponsors.
I'm not shitting. Yeah. Worth it.
Even with the crashes, I love more for it. Yeah.
I'm looking for some. I don't even know what sponsors I want. I just want a bunch of beer sponsors.
Oh, it'd be great. Yeah.
Just give me some Corona sponsors.
Like a Firestone. Keep it
Yeah,
local,
man.
Golden Road, Valley Jesus, Ryan Talmo, where are you?
Look it up. The manager. Oh yeah, Talmo, the co-host for her over at Corbin Bowl. He's a manager and he's getting other comedians hired there over at Golden Road down there with the Wolf Among the Weeds, Mango Cart, all the hits.
That's a Yard House drink right there. That mango cart.
Dude, Mango Cart got away with the pandemic for real. Like sitting out in like sitting out in the courtyard with like nothing but your neighbors and stuff. Absolutely, that was the drink of the summer when the summer was the flu, was COVID.
What? Okay, so we all know Bork, right?
Oh yeah.
So what does the Corbin Bowl do on Thursdays?
Oh, so that's like the regular mic that we do every day. So she hosts that. That's it's actually
Yeah, I host it with Adam Furberg. Just had a baby, so congrats to him. So he's not hosting right now, but congrats to Adam Furberg. We call him King of the Jews. That is, and then Ryan Talmo, Valley Jesus, and then I did host it with Jonathan David, who passed away, a great friend and comic of mine, and so he that was really hard for everybody in the community. And then after, because him in 2019, Talmo and Jonathan, they started the Thursdays at Corbin Bowl, and then later Talmo was busy. I mean, he does like a lot of shows. He has the Mike at Liquid Zoo, and then it was just me and Jonathan. Then Jonathan passed away, and then Ryan and Adam stepped back in, and so. I've been hosting that. We joke like I have a residency at Corbin Bowl because I'm there like 2 nights a week sometimes or more.
There are 2 nights a week. Sometimes we host the Rock and Comedy where they do bands and a book show of comedians. So sometimes she's performing there. There's been nights where she's at Corbin Bowl 3 times a week. I've been there 3 times a week. Yeah, that's.
But hey, I mean, what better to do it then?
Oh no, I love the place. I love the venue. Like it's
Hopefully Ryan lets us host more.
if we can plug Corbin Bowl for what it is. If anyone knows about the story of like the baby like swinging on like his sister's like baby daddy, like spilling
That was
over
at
in the
the
lanes
Corbin
of the
Bowl?
bowling alley. That was at Corbin Bowl. That was on a Wednesday. We had a mic on a Thursday. That split the difference between the Tuesday and Thursday mics. That's the mic. Yeah. We've had celebrities stop in there. One of the times when I was like new to comedy, we just look over and Nick Young is just sitting like right there at the bar, just him and his uncle, and he sat there, he watched 2 comedians, and then he left really quick. And he
Who walked Nick Young? I'm trying to remember
That's
who
crazy.
walked Nick Young.
I don't want to say it if I'm not totally sure, but was it Mike? Was it Mike M?
Oh,
It might have been.
Yeah.
It might have, yeah. Muratori? I don't know. I don't want to say it for sure. He's a great comedian.
We love Moratori here.
It's tough because the bowling alley is all crowded. Like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
league nights are crazy. You got a bunch of people there, so it's fun. And
We need to tell you about Perry Kurtz.
I'm
oh
listening.
my god.
Perry
Okay,
Kurtz. Who's
Perry
that?
Kurtz is like a 75-year-old comedian who was taking pictures of someone's wife, and they tried to bomb rush him on stage.
Yeah, they tried to bum rush him on, like basically. So he was just taking. He's now banned from the bowling alley, but he's like famous. Like he's been on late shows like Corden and stuff like that, and now he's banned in bowling alleys in the valley.
Oh my
And
god.
yeah, he was taking creep shots of this guy's wife, and the security guard found him, made him delete the photos. But
That's understandable.
absolutely
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
of course. And but the husband saw, and he's like, "Hey, I saw you taking photos. I need you to delete those." He already deleted them, so he can't show them now that he's deleting them. But that spilled over into the bowling alley, into the bar where we host comedy, and we thought the best thing that we can do is to put Perry on stage, get that distance physically from him and
Right.
the people. But he just immediately started heckling the people who wanted to kick his ass. He just immediately, the second he had the mic, he just laid into him, right?
Shit.
So they just charged the stage. And like I swear, half the room, open micers were heroes that day. They all just human walled in front of Perry so no one could get up. And I don't know why it takes like 5 dudes in their 20s to jump a senior citizen. But,
yeah, I'm thinking the
but
same
apparently
thing.
it did, right? But yeah, they safely.
What if he just would have fucked them all up? Like,
He said he throws hands.
Yeah.
According to him, he's the toughest old guy you'll ever meet. But yeah,
Everybody has their own version of what happened, but we were there. We saw it.
yeah, exactly. Damn. All right, Mr. Perry.
mm-hmm.
Just don't take no pictures of mine, damn it.
No, yeah, exactly, right? Like you can't fault anyone for trying to fight him or
Yeah,
kicking him
that's-
out. Like he
That's
deserved it.
nuts. So Corbin Bull, is this the one that's in I believe it's Tarzana?
Yeah, Tarzana off of Ventura Boulevard out there.
Okay, how far would that be from where we're at now?
About 45, because I live just a couple blocks from it, and it was about 45 from my apartment out here for us.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check it out. 'Cause
It's
I
so
know-
worth it. Yeah,
I know
7-minute
Bork, he's-
sets, and like you get a chance of a real audience and stuff like that. I mean, we've had a room of 4 comedians. Hey, 43 on the dot. So
dot.
we've had like, nights where there's like 4 or 5 comedians, they don't want to be there, but we've also had really amazing nights where whole office parties will pack that place out, and you'll have like almost 40, 50 like real audience members stay there the whole time. And so it's a great place for open mic, just like a live environment. Like you never know, even minute to minute, what you're going to get in terms of the audience engagement, how much they want to be there, if you're going to be heckled or whatever it is. It's like a really great live dive bar environment. Yeah.
I'll have to check it out because I've heard about it a lot, and I see flyers for it a lot.
Yeah, we're all posted. We are a
So-
little like army on social media for everyone who runs that scene out in the valley.
I'm gonna get out there. So is it this Tuesday or no?
Yeah, it's this Tuesday coming out. Hilda Dion's this Tuesday coming up, and then
Okay.
every Thursday.
Dion, Corbin Bowl, Tarzana. It starts at 9 p.m. and signups are at 8:30 p.m. Or you can just DM us.
Yeah, you can just
I'll probably do that.
Yeah.
skip the line. We'll be good getting you in at our mic, but we also got a problem with the skip the line culture out in the valley right now. Richie the C, the guy who hosts the NoHo Diner, he'll hit us up. Liquid Zoo, the one we're talking about like today on Sundays, he'll hit you up at like 4 in the afternoon,
Oh,
and
dang.
the mic doesn't start till 9. And he'll be like, Liquid Zoo, and we're like, yeah, sure.
Yes, sign us up. We appreciate Richie for signing us up.
We'd love to. So yeah, sometimes you got to know in the valley to know who to like text to get you signed
Right.
up if you want to go those first 5 or 6 spots, because they'll roll in early and they'll just rattle them all off.
bet.
And yeah.
Well, my first time, I'll probably sign up when I get there, just so I can, get a feel for
Yeah,
the
see the
scene.
vibes, see the
Yeah,
vibes.
I've never been there before, and that actually brings me to my next question for the both of you. Would you prefer to go like for open mic? Would you prefer to go first, or would you prefer to close out?
Probably early, not like first, but like the sweet spot for me is like the 4th person up. That's my favorite spot. I don't know about you.
I always try to like time it in the middle. Because Corbin Bowl's got a long list. Sometimes it gets up to like 25, 30 people. I try to go those early teens, like that
Yeah.
12, 13, 14 range. If we're going around there, like, so the mic starts at 8. I'd love to be there around 10. But I mean, if you're going to say first or last, I think first is better, right? We all want to say we want to go last, but I think once you're in practice, you know it.
Right.
It's better to bring your energy than hope that energy carries over an hour and a half to you,
Yeah, like, cause I know for me personally, I was able to do both. And what I learned is, depending on the crowd, if you go first and there's nobody there, then it can be, your self-esteem can get lowered because you don't get the laugh, and then people show up after, and vice versa. So, and then I've also experienced going first while everybody was there compared to going last where everybody already left. So I don't know. I guess you got to find a sweet spot, like you said.
Yeah, I mean, especially if it's like a mic versus a booked show, but it's one of those mics we get audience in, it really is luck of the draw. Like, so many things can change it. I mean, you've probably been in those situations where you did really well, people were doing really well. It happens all the time at Corbin. Everyone's in a good mood. You got like 8 people who are waiting on their lane, getting a drink at the bar, and then they're like, hey, our lane is open. We're about to go bowling. We'll finish this comedian, and then we'll head out. And then right as you're about to take that stage, the entire room just up and leaves. And you're like, well, it's
stings,
done. It's, yeah.
Either way, you're still going to get these jokes.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I'm just going to shout them. You can hear them out in the other room. But
So this is one of my favorite questions because I always get somewhat of a different answer. And it's also one of my favorite questions because I still don't even know how to ask it correctly. But when did you stop caring about the response? Or should I say, how did you learn to keep the show going if you didn't get the response that you were looking for?
I'm going to pass that to her because you want to, not tank the show for the rest of the comedians. But I'll level with you. I'm still not past it, dude. I do. She's nodding because I tell her about it.
But see, that's why I asked this question.
Yeah, it's for real. I think I still am on the external validation part of like the comedy journey. Like I still, if you think you're crushing and you don't get those laughs, I think I'm still at the point where that'll ruin my day. If I'm being honest with you, are you a little different on that?
I honestly, I think I might be past it. Like. Honestly, like it's my trip to Richmond, Virginia changed everything. No, but it really did. Like, because I went to Richmond, Virginia. Shout out to Carly Krickenberger. She got me a spot on the show, another round of comedy. And like when you're doing the mics in LA, like a lot of people are just there to do their spot and leave. There's not a lot of audience. You can't like gauge like, hey, was this really like actually funny? Or whatever. And so people paid to go see this show. People enjoyed it. They like ran out of chairs for people. And it was crazy. And so
that's tight.
Just to like see the energy of people and then like coming back here, like performing like in front of like literally like nobody or whatever. Like honestly, like I think I'm past it because I was able to feel like the high of appreciation. And it's like, I don't know. I think like as a host, it stings a little bit if people aren't into it. But when you're just doing like a set, you're like whatever. Like I'll just get past it. But like if your job is solely to like curate the vibe, which it is as a host, and then you fail, like that I might still take personally. But honestly, like getting on stage right now for me, I'm just like trying to like piece everything together, and I have so much going on in here that I can't even. It's like, you don't like it, whatever. Like I even opened it up to the floor like one time, like literally yesterday. So yeah, kind of both. Like I am over it, like as like when I do stand up, and then as a host, yeah, it still stings. I don't know if I'm over it.
I love hosting. I think I'm a better host than comic.
Yeah, same.
So what made me the killer, like, fuck you guys. Well, not like, I'm not going to tell the guy, fuck you guys. I'm not going to do that.
Do it.
Way to destroy your own vibe.
Do
it. You don't want to you don't want to shit on the crowd. But I want to say Gigi's made me like that.
Okay.
Gigi's made me like, oh, you guys didn't laugh or whatever. I'm still going to keep going. You still got to deal with me for 7 more minutes, because when I first started, it sucked. It's like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't think comedy's meant for me.
It's hard. It's so hard. It's really hard to host.
Okay, so now my hosting, I murdered that. Hosting was like riding a bike for me. Like I love hosting because that is something that I feel that I'm great at. Like I hosted, and I only hosted once, and that was at Copa, and I murdered it. I absolutely murdered it. I was like, okay, this is what I was meant to do. So, speaking of hosting, October 21st.
Yeah.
Drunken Stone Fest 3?
Drunken Stone Fest 3, 24 hours. That's actually going to be Hilda Dion's second one. So we had our own setup in the vendor tent on the second one he did. So we were kind of like the featured like trial run of him bringing in a bunch of different shows and putting them together under the umbrella of what he does. So yeah, we're excited to be out here. I know we are on the October 20th part of the show.
You got October? Okay, I'm the next day.
Your next day? Okay.
Yeah. Are you going to camp out?
We want to camp out. It looks so fun, but we are booked up. We got a crazy weekend because we got to fly out to Vegas. You know the When We Were Young fest, all the pop punk from when we were kids and stuff. Yeah, so yeah, that whole remember you guys remember seeing that all on like Instagram and stuff, all the sad like punks and stuff, because it kind of went south whatever last year. They're retrying it, and we got
tickets. We're gonna go to Vegas. Yeah. We're literally leaving like after the show. It's gonna be great.
We're like, hey, we gotta be October 20th. We'd love to camp out. We can't, like, we're packing up. We gotta be early. He even asked us like, when do you guys want to go on, and we're like probably around like 9 in the show, give people time to get off work on that Friday and get out there. But yeah, the second we do our 2 hours and we help pack up our stuff, we're gone. We're on
going to Vegas. Hill to Dion's go to Vegas.
Hill to Dion is touring, y'all. That's damn. I don't even think I understand what I have in front of me right now. Y'all two big deals. Like, seriously,
we're
like
trying to be. We're all getting there, but yeah.
Because I just extended an invite, like, hey, you guys, I got a spot, for the pod. If anybody, wants to come on. Because normally everybody's like, they either already done it or they want to know, all right, I'll do it, but who else is going to be on?
Okay.
And then you two hit me up and I was like, hey, let's do it. But
you put your address in the chat. I was like, yo,
I noticed
that's
that kind of late. I noticed that.
Yeah.
That was, oops, I dropped the ball on that one.
There's like 30 comedians in that chat, man, including like Jared Levitt and Luke Kang and like half the people on that roast battle are in that chat.
They're gonna show up like, okay,
like, hey, bro, we recording?
We were thinking that'd be funny, like if we lived in the area, because like we're not dropping it on dinner or anything. We know you're free at like the 7:30 time. Just like get a small army all there outside of the house, like we're on the podcast.
That
like,
would be hilarious, yo. House is not big enough though. Sorry,
no,
guys.
There's no way.
I'm working on that. And actually, when Drunken Stoner was asking to have like a view party of Extreme Roast Battle, I offered here. I told you, I was like, the couch is big enough for everybody, but the kitchen isn't.
No, for real. Standing room only. Like, yeah, the comedians and the people who are a big part of it can be there, but if there's guests, everyone's got a +1. Now we're packing out a whole thing.
We're going to 111115000. You guys know it if you've been here before. Biggest name that you had the pleasure of performing in front of?
Ooh, biggest name I've had the pleasure of performing in front of. So almost I got gypped because I've also done a roast battle at the Comedy Store, but Jeff Ross was not there, so I missed him by a little bit.
Damn, you had me going for a second.
I've missed him by a little bit. I want to say John DeResta. I want to say John DeResta because he was, in the late 90s and stuff. He had his sitcom. He's been on nationwide tours and stuff. So he's kind of a big deal.
So he really is that. He's that guy.
Yeah, the guy who led off the roast battle, the guy who did the set to get everyone lined up and stuff. Yeah. No, he's a big deal. He's been in a lot of things. I'll list his credits. He's been in like Miss Congeniality and stuff. Like he did the acting thing for a while. So. That's probably personally the biggest one I've performed in front of. But she actually, if we're talking about stars, she's split the bill with some stars. She's performed with a comedian. All right, I'll hype her up. She's performed on stage, the pretty big comedian.
No.
Who do I have in front of me right now?
No. This is like, are you talking about Trevor Wallace?
Crazy.
Okay, me and Trevor Wallace and my friend Danny Archilla were
Trevor.
We were on a show at Time Warp Records back in 2018. By the way, this was like my third week into comedy.
Stephany Santana, motherfuckers.
This was my third week, and the person who booked me was like, "You're booked on this show," and I was like, "What?" And I was like, I don't even have anything online. And he's like, it's fine. And yes, they did need a woman. There was a bunch of people there. The Viziani triplets, like those America's Got Talent triplets. I performed after them. They sucked the energy out of the room, but it was okay. But Trevor Wallace was there. So yes, I do have the flyer somewhere of like my face and like Danny's and those triplets and Trevor Wallace. It's actually hilarious. It's a time capsule, yeah.
Boss right there.
So yeah, fun. And then I did the Ice House. So that was cool. Pasadena Ice House in the main room. And that was dope too. I need to find my set from that because I have it somewhere. But yeah, that's my highlights. And then I worked for like 3 years and couldn't do sets. And yeah.
How do you stay so humble? Because you sound like I'm gonna be honest. Because you sound like me right now. Because like I haven't got to perform in front of like big names, and that's no disrespect to my 805ers, you know what I'm saying? But even for me, it's like, dang, they're a big deal out here, and they're letting me perform on their show. All right, that means they think, that I got it. So let me just calm down.
Shit right now.
You know what I mean? Yeah, like I'm the shit right now. I mean, I'm not supposed to say it, but I mean, it is what it is. So how do you stay humble?
I stay humble by living in the worst apartment in Hollywood.
But you're in Hollywood still.
It's okay. It's. I love the location because I'm in like Hollywood proper. I'm not gonna dox myself. I'm not. I'm not gonna reveal my address. But there's a rat problem, and I hear them scurrying about. So the rats keep me humble. The rats of Hollywood.
I like that.
Keep me humble.
Yo, I like that. That's like, all right, I'm gonna buy this Maybach and just have one wheel on a donut.
Yeah.
That's pretty sick. I like that.
So find the rats in your life that make you humble. The
Hell
things
yeah.
that really, you're like, I'm a real person
Hell
no
yeah.
matter what.
Mansion, but the doorbell doesn't
Exactly.
work. You know what I mean?
The rats.
That's sick. Fuck. What about you, Alec? Biggest name you've ever performed in front of?
I think I gotta say that. I want to say probably
John
the John
DeResta?
DeResta.
Yeah.
I mean, we want to throw in Perry Kurtz. I don't perform in front of him. Barry Sobel, the star of 227. He's toured nationally as well. He was down at the Goodland show together. Carpooled with him down there to go perform there. So, if they're in the 90s, I've probably performed in front of them. Yeah. If they were real big in the 90s, oh my God, that's who it is. Sean Weiss. The goalie in the Mighty Ducks.
Get the
So all right. So to say it, Sean Weiss, not to be.
That's my movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you know his whole story, everything. Goldberg, he's Goldberg,
Yeah.
the goalie. Yeah. You know his whole story with the TMZ mugshot, and he's really coming back. He's doing great things. He's been using his recovery to Rock for Recovery. He's putting together a great program for anyone to do like comedy and kind of come back to sobriety in the road that way. And he's been around the scene a lot. He's been a big fan. I actually ended up driving him down to the San Diego Comedy Store and performing at a spot along the way with him out there when he was trying to get some clips together and some things like that. So yeah, I been on the road technically with technically right with so yeah, been on the road a little bit with Sean Weiss down to San Diego. So let's slot him up number one now that we're doing that.
Hell yeah. Shout out
we
to
found
you.
one.
Goldberg.
We found a star.
It's
Yeah.
crazy. I like when you go up and you have a set about I think it felt so like this was one of my favorites because it felt like off the top of your head when you were roasting the Venturians, like, man, we're from LA and you motherfuckers want to go to bed early.
Oh, dude, you're early.
That was at Copa, right?
And I for real believe that though.
That was
Like
hilarious.
at Copa,
I could tell.
because
That was a good set.
They're currently hyping up my best set at Copa's open mic, but yeah,
It was really good.
It was good.
but for real, it's the culture out here. Like you guys are like, oh, it's so late, and it's like, why? Because the sunset. It's like 9:30. Like our mic that we host isn't even a late mic, and we get kicked off at 9. One of the big ones at Third Wheel, the open mics down there, it's called Midnight Madness. It's just
Oh shit.
well, it's because LA, it takes forever to drive
Yeah.
anywhere. Like
Yeah.
that's why we end up going to this Ventura scene and checking out Copa and Gigi so often, is because I would so much rather drive 45 minutes or an hour up here, have no traffic, clean roads the whole way.
That's true.
And do total of 15 minutes
That's
split
true.
between those two spots.
Yeah.
Versus I can drive the same time, 45
To
minutes
get
to
up the
Hollywood
street, yeah.
to wait in line, so a bunch of wannabe actors in an Applebee's commercial can put me up for 4 minutes. Like, come on, like.
No, I'm with you though. Like, but no, I got it. Like, I completely understood what you were saying because down here or up here, I don't know, fucking failed geography. It's slower over here. The pace of living is slower over here.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying now Venturian or 805ers, you guys aren't slow. I'm just saying the way of living is slower. I haven't been past LA before I even moved down here.
No, I mean I'm
You
with
know?
you. Yeah, I hadn't either. Going down driving to San Diego with Sean was the first time I've been past LA in my life, and I'm California native as well, born and raised
Yeah.
in Sacramento. So
I thought Thousand Oaks was a drink or a lotion or something.
might as well be, dude. Thousand Oaks.
I
Like,
didn't know.
What's a Woodland Hills?
Yeah, but it, like I thought it was like one of those wines you find at like Target or some shit.
right next to the barefoot and
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah,
barefoot, Woodland Hills. You know what I mean? Even Tarzana. Like, I need to go check it out though.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
Bork, he's a heavy advocate for it.
Yeah, no, he really is. You know, he really is a great bridge between the Ventura and the LA scenes. He really is good about setting up that, I guess, exchange program for us comedians to flow back and forth between the mics and shows we got.
Yeah, he's a pretty solid dude. He was actually, I want to say he was one of the first to do the podcast. He was like in the what first five to 10 people to do it.
Nice. Yeah, he was
So-
a real early adopter of Hill too. So he was one of the first ones to really rep and be one of our like loyal,
Yeah.
bring a good hill to die on, be one of we get new people in from Hollywood and all these types of places, but as far as like the comedians you'll see there, we got a real like loyal group of 12 or 14 locals, and Bork was one of the first ones to really hop on that train with us. So
With the concept that you guys have, you better watch out for Nick Cannon.
no, for real though. Well,
Like-
here's the thing
He's not gonna
about
be pregnant.
he's not getting
Nick Cannon will not get me pregnant. I am
Nick.
not going to be his 9th baby mama.
Ah.
one woman in LA. That's
Yeah.
that's not at this point.
I know, right?
Oh my god, but I got a different opinion on that. I think that he's actually kind of smart, right? Because you remember when he came out that article where he's like, I go to whatever baby mama's house like calls me that night or talks to me. Like I go wherever whoever hits me up.
Hey.
Okay. He just learned that 12 kids is cheaper than an apartment in LA. he
Damn. Oh
So I'm
my
telling you,
God.
he can go across the country anywhere he wants. Yeah, he's not paying that overhead at all.
Damn. Look, that's fucking smart.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he gamed the system, man.
Damn. Shit. Hey, well, some can do it, some can't. I'm one of the guys who can. I got one kid, one baby mama, and I plan on keeping it that way. But hey, if it happens, the girl I'm with now, she's way more than worthy of having this baby.
That's really sweet though.
We gotta get rich though. Let's get rich first. You know what I'm saying? That's another. We'll get into that later. She'll be walking through the door any minute. But okay, so let's go off the rails a little bit.
All right.
Let's go off the rails. If I had to guess your sport that you played in school, help me in the comments here. Volleyball.
I did basketball and volleyball in middle school.
That was close.
Yeah.
Alec, I don't know why, but I'm getting like street hockey vibes.
Ooh, probably if I grew up in a place where there was any ice. But yeah. But no, I was just a really bad football player. That's why it doesn't register. Is bench I think might be universal why it's not cutting through. But yeah, I was football in high school.
What position?
Corner.
Okay.
Defensive back. Defensive
okay,
back.
all right.
Yeah.
Any interceptions?
I was the slowest one there, and I couldn't catch, and that's why I wasn't at receiver. That's
Oh,
why I was on the
man.
benches. I was the slowest corner we had.
So wait, is it true, right? Is it true in high school football you cannot make the team?
Yeah, no, we had no cuts, and that's why I was on it. And it was actually like kind of insane. I went to a school that was like ridiculously huge. Like me and my sister was a year younger than me. Each of our graduating classes was over 500 kids. So like all 4 years, there was like 2,000 people at this high school. It was basically a community college at my high school. And we had a ridiculous number of kids because, like you said, no cuts on the football team. So the reason I wasn't just backup but third string is because there was like 60-something of us. We had like 40 seniors my senior year.
That is
It was a little army of us whenever they had to take us anywhere. It was like 3 buses full of people.
I remember. I can't remember which football game it was, but I just seen like a flood of white jerseys.
Oh yeah. Like the basketball games too. Just like the wide out games or whatever, get people together. People took that too seriously, by the way, in high school.
Basketball?
No, like their uniform combos on the team. Would you play football or basketball or any of that growing up? Nah.
So where I grew up at, it was uppity. My mom, she we lived in the north side of Orange County at first, and that was ugh. Then we moved to the south side of Orange County, and that's where it was like green. Like, hey, look, there's a fucking bunny outside of the door.
Yeah.
You know, so it costs money to play sports where I grew up at, or at least where I went to high school.
I got you. Yeah.
So, no, and the grades weren't there. I like blaming it on the money, so I get a little.
No, you should blame it on the money. That's what a lot of our kids
Cash
blame it
App
on
right
too.
here. Where's the
Yeah,
Cash
yeah,
App?
so, yeah,
Cash App right here.
We support high school sports, you guys. We got to give back that way. But no, we had a bunch of kids because like there was one big fee if you want to play one sport, and then just huge discounts for like 2-sport and 3-sport athletes. So we had a bunch of people on the wrestling team who joined football
That sounds about
to
right.
ride the bench so they could get in with us for the free weightlifting sessions, for the free gym membership.
sounds
for wrestling.
about right.
Yeah.
That's college shit too. Starving. That's like starving college students, starving artists shit.
Mm-hmm.
I like that idea. Shit, I would. Yeah, I couldn't get my grades up. It sucked. I wish I did now though, because everybody has these cool stories, and now that just watching the kids do it, taking the kids, I'm the guy that takes the step kids to practice, and I kind of envy him because it's like, man, I never got to go to practice. I never got to go to practice. Any kids?
No, okay, no kids. Yeah. No, we don't have kids or anything like that. You could always like pop in and be the assistant coach or something though, right? If you ever want to get into it, like help out on the team or something like that.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, it's been offered to me a couple times.
Okay.
But I'm a big kid myself. I'm too big of a kid because
Okay.
I'm there. Like I will dunk on all you little kids. Every little kid's getting like, oh, you're the quarterback. Sack. How old are you? 12. Even better.
Oh, builds character. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
It's gonna raise those kids better. That's why.
Get up, bitch.
That's why kids these days are running around is because people aren't dunking on them. That's it. I am pro hitting your kids.
Hey, me too, man. Like, as long as it's a lesson.
Right. You
know.
don't come home drunk and just wail on it. Yeah, and with a
Look, I love
explain
you.
why you did it and stuff. Yeah, within reason, with love, hit your kids lovingly.
Okay, so I didn't think I was gonna ask this, and it might be kind of obvious, but I can't see that well. So what is the status here with you two?
All right, we'll get into it. So we called it a situationship off and on for about 2 years.
Those are underrated.
Those are underrated.
Mm-hmm.
Today we decided that we're just dating each other now.
Today?
So, as of
on the Realquicctho
as of
baby.
this afternoon, this is our hard launch, I guess. At this point, we're dating. We're together. We're a comedy couple coming
on
straight
the
to you guys on
Realquicctho
Realquicctho.
podcast, yo.
Yep. Literally today. We were just the situationship.
It was
real quick though.
It was
man.
pain, It was because everyone's in a situationship is like, oh, it'll be great. It's basically a friends with benefits, but you really care about them.
Yeah.
And you can each go do your own thing, but like they're your best friend, and you're fucking them, and it's like, when do you get the time to see other people? And that's just a dagger in your heart. It's a dagger in her heart. If that new person you're seeing, if they want to be serious, well, put a dagger in them too. Like it's just, it's just brutal. So it's just, I really like her, and it's just
tight.
cleaner. So we're together now.
That's
We are
fucking.
together.
That's beautiful. That is beautiful. So look, man. Do you see what we're doing over here, people? You see what man? Look, I just made. Look, I took the situ out of it and put the relay in it. You see what I'm saying? On the Realquicctho podcast, man. Yakwiz over here, man. You know what it is. Yeah, I just found the clip.
Yep, that's a
You know what I'm saying? Damn, I just found the clip. That is
type of,
that's fucking beautiful. And then, okay, so you know what? So between me and my girl, right? Okay, I'm gonna try to go through this quick. Me and my girl, right? Yeah. Hey, I've been on my podcast. I've been having this for X amount of years. I'm gonna revamp it. I'm gonna have camera angles. I'm gonna have lights. I keep looking at myself because I'm regretting that I didn't put the light. I have little lights. We'll get into that later. But so there's me and her, right? Yeah. At first, she thought it was just an idea, and then she actually saw it. So it's like, all right, this is kind of cool. And then this is kind of cool turned into now I'm all the way involved. Hold on, let me produce this. Wait, you can see a cable in the corner of the view of the camera. Let me get that out of the way. Like full aesthetics. You know what I'm saying? She does all the angles and stuff, so now she's a part of it. The Drunken Stoner and Sarah, like power. You seen them? You seen them? Like she's running, she's doing shit on the computer, and she's like,
amazing. She's
get
amazing.
that microphone, babe. That monitor's stop fucking talking. You can't get that goddamn monitor. Damn it! And now we have fucking Alec and Stephany going on tours together.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
I mean, yeah, it's apparently they're all comedy couples are coming together, right? We're on your podcast.
Yeah.
We're all doing his festival.
You gotta be booed up. You gotta be booed up.
Hell yeah.
It's what's that movie, The Departed, or whatever? When Baldwin's telling him that, like, it's a good thing, you know, like being in a relationship in comedy. It's a good thing, you guys. You don't need to be alone in this sea of open mics and drink tickets.
You don't need to be sad and on your 8th drink.
You can date other comedians. This is horrible advice. Someone's gonna do it. Someone's gonna do it. They're gonna hate us. But yeah, no, date other comedians. You guys see how it goes. Like,
all right. So okay. So you're both comics, right? So damn, Jennifer Chow.
okay.
So her husband supports just like my girl supports me.
Mm-hmm.
Where am I going with this? Do you guys roast each other?
All the time.
Yeah?
All the time. We all the time tell each other that separately and together, we're not funny.
we literally laid in bed one night and we're like, we're not funny. Like we had
like an epiphany. We're like, we're maybe none of us are. Like that's, yeah. But yeah, it's, you know, it's just so it's really good because like it's both, right? It goes both ways. You keep each other humble. But also, like, she's such a big supporter, and, like, we're talking on a drive or on the couch or something, and she's like, write that down.
Yeah.
Write that down, put that in your notes right now. So she's great on, like, in the conversations we're having whenever someone says something.
Mm-hmm.
And I swear, at this point, that's probably how half our bits start, is just us being together.
So it's one of my favorite podcasts, and my favorite comedian in the world right now. Mm-hmm. His name is Carlos Miller. It's him, Chico Bean, and DC Young Fly. Mm-hmm. And it's 3 comedians, and they just tear shit up together. Have you ever thought about doing a comedy set together? Because it can be done.
So this is wild, and part of our story for that. There's a story for everything, it turns out. But we woke up lazy, like, what was it, Friday? Yeah, it's like a lazy Friday or Saturday. We woke up late, and Sean Weiss calls me. He calls me, and me and Stephany had just woken up in bed, and he had called us, and we're like, hey, we're actually together. We'll put you on speaker. And he's like, I'd love to see you guys do something together. That's People want it.
It can be done. It can be done because I watch it done with 3 guys.
No, and it's cool. And I've seen it blown up a lot on social. Like a lot of people touring, doing the like 2 comedians riffing off each other. Like I feel that's like a growing like theme or type of show that we're seeing right now.
How are okay? So I want to go back to we're still kind of on it, but A Hill to Die On. Is it safe to say that some of it is improv?
I think a lot of it is, right? Because so many comedians, actually a lot of people who, a lot of those people have their tight fives, a lot of those real structured comedians, they really struggle with it, right? Because there it's all about those laugh per minutes. It's all about those 1 or 2 minutes on a topic and then moving off. But we really wanted to force people to get out of that comfort zone, right? Yeah. So we really want people to view it as a separate type of workout room where you find those 3 minutes and like, if you can be kind of funny and on topic in 3 minutes, there's something there, right? Whether it's 1 bit, 30 seconds, or you can use the whole thing. Like if you can do that, then there's a lot to work with.
Yeah, I think like it also really challenges you to think about your set a little differently, like putting it on a different angle. And it's really cool to like have people come up to us. They're like, oh, like I didn't think about it this way, and because of your format, like I have like whole other minutes I could add to my set. That's like already. So like it's so cool. Like and Alec came up with the format, and it's really good. It's really good.
Yeah, I'm speechless. Like I literally just forgot my last question because I'm blown away by it. And like what makes it like the best, my favorite part about it is that you're both comedians and you both love to do it.
Oh, I think you got to do it
Like-
because you love it, right? You all get into comedy because you're like, oh, I love making people laugh, or I love that Hollywood dream, and then you get into it for a little while, and you're like, wow, this is like almost a local music scene where like there's always a story of that guy in Nashville where everyone's like, yo, this person had all the talent in the world, we just don't know why they never got there. And comedy is so much like the local music scene that way, rather than like a ladder to climb. And so you see that, and then you see the type of reception sometimes you get from audience or lack thereof at an open mic. And at the end of the day, you have to do it because you love it. Any comedian is good, and the goodness, I guess, just came. But they're in it because they love telling jokes, because if they didn't, they wouldn't have made it in this for 5 years. You know, like that has to be what's at the core.
Yeah.
Shit, real quick, though, I remembered my question. You mentioned structure, right? I just started learning about the structure. If I remember correctly, it's premise. There's 3 of them. Premise, something in the middle, and then punchline. Fuck. I have no structure in my set.
It's a weak point for me also.
My set is just freestyle. Like, man, this is what happened to me this week.
It's hard to find like good segues and transition, because you're like, oh, like I thought about this, like how do I work this in where it sounds natural, like and I really want to try something so bad, but then sometimes the vibe like of the room is off, or like your material just goes a different way, and you're like, fuck, I missed that. Then you get off stage, you're like, I missed that. I should have talked about that.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was my next question. How many times like you see it in your head, fucking fire, and then you get on stage, it's like, all right, that's not how that was supposed to go. How many times out of 10 would you say it actually goes better than how you had it planned in your head?
Sometimes it does go better.
Yeah.
Like sometimes.
For me, it's like at least like half of the time it goes better than what I like planned it to.
Then you're really good at this. If it's like half the time it's going better.
Like,
I would say
that wasn't that bad.
I would say better in my head, better than my head, maybe like 2 out of 10. I would say, especially because I feel like you really find that in brand new stuff. You're like, oh, I'm just going to write this down. I'm going to see where the beats are. I think they're here. I'm just going to like get it out for the first time, maybe record it, circle back to it later, see if there was any interest in whatever, and focus on that. And then you end up saying it and you're like, wow.
Yeah.
They loved it. I kind of lost it at the end there when I like went off track and wasn't crisp, but like that was so much a better reaction, and even in different places than you thought you were going to get coming into it. So yeah, I'd say 2, maybe 3 out of 10. You get something like that, and I feel like I notice it most with brand new material.
For you, I think it's like 4 out of 10, 4 or 5.
But you can say that though, because
I can say that because I'm literally around him
and you're
a
fan
lot.
Too of comedy.
Yeah, and I could realize it like when you are around it so much. Like obviously, like you host too. Like when you're around it so much, you can see when someone's like a little scared to try something new, and then or like when they do and then they get like really into it, and then like the people around them get into it. That's what I'm referring to. Like you like get people, I think, really motivated.
So when you watch yourself, right, when you record a set and you watch yourself, what do you pick up? Like, what do you learn from yourself?
For the most part, for me, especially like filming, what helped me most with filming was body language. Like that, people always say film your sets, and like I get it, to like hear your inflection, to post to social, all the things you need to be doing. But the biggest step for me, because I didn't film myself for probably like my first 6 months to a year.
Really?
Holy shit! And she was the one who pushed me to do it. And if you haven't filmed your set and you film your set, it'll be like a switch being flipped the first time you physically see yourself on stage. And I think that's what really opens you to if you're not some people really have that natural showmanship and stuff, but some people that's exactly. That's 100% a strong set for you.
Suit.
I've seen you rock Copa. I know 100% that like energy being able to work, and then specifically like targeting each room of the crowd. Like that's where you really are, is picking up on pockets for certain jokes. But that's something that you can really film yourself and see where you're weak at. Some comedians, especially, I fall on that trip. You end up like almost staring into space. You're looking past the crowd, not at the crowd, and that's one of the big things you can see. So I would say, yeah, film yourself, look at it physically. Was there anything with you that you kind of noticed like that?
I do a lot of voice memos, like because sometimes you forget to like set up your camera, and so with voice memos, I'm looking for like my inflection in my voice and how I sound, and then like if I can hear the audience and different things like that. Because I feel like I'm okay with body language. It's just more like my tone. Like sometimes things that I'll say will get missed because of my tone. So for me, it's voice inflections. I know for you is body language. So that's why you have to like, yeah, it just depends on like what areas you have to work on.
That's more of a reason for you two to do it together.
I think it's funny how it's
you know what I mean?
The physical inflection, hers is the voice inflection. It's funny how it like is
opposites,
different but similar with us. Yeah.
Opposites attract, yo. That's just how I'm a huge energy universe guy. The energy was already there, but now that's the universe telling you guys. You have something that he's weak at. You have something that she's weak at. Put it together. Well, you guys did today, baby.
Do it on stage together.
You know what the fuck? I don't make this up. I don't make this up. I told you guys I don't have nothing written down. There's no notes over here. It just fucking happens like that. Damn it. I need a shirt. Where can I buy a shirt so I can hang it up and you guys can be a part of the
yeah, I mean, we can get you one right
now. This is all independence.
Yeah, we're going to be getting some stock soon and getting so we'll keep you posted, but we're gonna have a link and everything.
We are shopping around for a good screen printer because we want to get someone that we can really go to and lock down and get something consistent,
something local that we can pick up without not paying for shipping, like, and then quality, because this is like kind of ripping apart.
Is that maybe 2-3 months and we're already fading in the wash and stuff, and if you look real close, we couldn't quite match the purple on us. So yeah, we're looking for something just clean and easy, support local, and then pick up to stop shipping. But we're
you're looking for specifically silk screen.
Probably I would say it's probably the cleanest way to do it. Especially because it's a simple design, but we want something that actually stays on the shirt, like quality. Because
I do my own. All I do, I buy them and I do vinyl. Heat press. Yeah. I make everything, and that from the design to placing it on the garment. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. I got sweaters from 4 or 5 years ago that are finally starting to like crack and peel and stuff. You just got to learn the tricks of the trade.
Yeah.
Learn the tricks of the trade. I started making my own because I couldn't afford to pay somebody else to do it, but also too, nobody's gonna care about it like you do. Yeah. The only way that they'll care about it as much as you do is if the money's there. Unfortunately, come on, people. What happened to just doing things for the love of your heart?
No, for real. Like you love it. Your friend's doing it. You love your friend. Like just helping support the community. But you're 100%. Especially in the comedy scene, it's like, what's in it for me? Who's getting shows? Can I trade you this spot for this spot? So we all just rotate around the same spaces.
I can't do that. I can't. And that's why I can't remember who I was talking to, but I'm a horrible business person. Because I'll make a whole bunch of shit. And here, man, just take it. You know what I'm saying?
Because we have hearts. We have hearts.
Exactly. We're not trying to get. I'm not. This one we're not gonna drop a name. But at the first Drunken Stoner Fest way out in Palmdale, he did that one like early on at the brewery. That first one.
That shit was cold. Eureka Brew cold.
It was cold.
And the wind started whipping
that
over.
One. Eureka
Someone was trying to charge us $20 for blankets.
Yeah, we were all huddling like around the heaters.
Yeah.
And he was like, I got merch. I got blankets in the car. And we're like, okay, bring it out. And he's like, $20. And we're like, dude, what?
No, bruh. We're cold.
Come on, bruh.
Do you have a floor model? Like anything you can just throw on us real quick. Like, yeah.
Hey, he's hustling, can't knock the hustle, but you're not getting this $20, my guy.
No, for real. Yeah, I'll suffer. That's
like shit. So with merch, you're starting with shirts. Are you gonna move on to like hats, slides, pants,
Ooh, beanies would be fun.
Beanies would be a good one. Yeah, I'd love to do the hat one too, like the quick like snapback hat on too.
Yeah. Now that one, I actually had that one made. I went to somebody to make that for me.
Yeah.
I was looking into buying an embroidery machine, like the ones they have at Lids. 42 grand.
I have a small
You got
embroidery
one?
machine. It's
How many
so
needles
tiny.
does it have?
One, man. It's
Oh, shit.
literally tiny. And you have to switch out the threads. Yeah.
Like
Brother SE 600. That is small.
I'm familiar with brothers. Yep. my buddy, shout out to Elliot with PYOR, PYOR, Paying Your Own Reality. He has one, and I'm just looking at him like, you lucky bastard. Because he has like a warehouse and he has all his stuff in there. And then he has like a photo shoot place. And it's like, dude, you're living my dream right now. And I'm already there. I just don't know when I'm going to get there. I'm already there though. But those things, like the one that he has, at least like 15 grand.
No, for real. That's the thing. Like a nice embroidery machine. That's
expensive.
no wonder. That's like that's its own
mother
business
has,
in itself. Yeah, that's why. I mean, yours is in the family, so that's why it got kind of passed down and stuff. But yeah, embroidery machines will like for sure set you back. And then they're technical to use. Like I couldn't hop on and like help her put together some merch if we were doing that.
It's pretty hard.
Like she's the expert. She knows what she's doing. She got all learned up on that. So
My realistic one though, it would probably be the direct to garment. It's a direct to garment machine, and you know how you put paper in the printer. You put the garment in the printer, and it prints directly onto it. And it's just as good as like a silk screen, or what's the one with the
press, the heat press?
No, it's you put you like burn the ink into like a screen. Is it silk screen?
yeah, where you kind of like lay that grid over it.
And then you hit it with the
I think that is silk screen, is it?
damn it, what is it?
Oh.
Because my cousin does it. It's a screen, and you put like plastisol on it, and you squeegee it onto the shirt.
Screen printing?
Okay.
Screen printing?
That might be the one. Screen printing.
Maybe.
There's silk screen, and then I think it's screen printing.
Okay. I think these are screen printed, if that changes it at all.
but
Yeah, but as you can see, we're kind of wearing it down. But yeah,
I've never heard anything bad about silk screen.
Yo, no, I don't think so either.
Yeah,
It's
I heard
always
silk
like
screen's the
real.
way
It's
to
always
go.
like real high quality in terms of like the actual like cotton on the shirt and stuff too. Anytime someone says they have the silk screen shirt, like they're always real like soft and they fit well.
Yeah.
So we're looking into something like that.
Hey, well, let's make this shit work. So for the October 21st show, right, or the Oktoberfest,
Yep.
Yeah.
right? So when you have your booth, are you gonna have a booth?
Yeah, so I think we're gonna have either a booth or he's gonna be. I know they got the VIP tent and they have that main area, and then there's the other stage off by the Joshua trees. We're gonna be in that main stage by the vendors in that central area.
Cause that dude, he has a big vision, and for me, he's like, dude, this is what I would love for you. Cause you already got the show, you're already gonna be hosting the show. What you need to do is just go spend $1,000 on alcohol, have Tina make some drinks, bring all your equipment, rent a generator, do a podcast, like do like a 10-minute podcast, or even just record that dude. Him and his girlfriend they're like expanding my brain. It's like the possibilities are literally endless with them.
Yeah.
They're probably on the road right now.
No, it really is, and it's just I think it's a real breath of fresh air that they brought to the comedy scene, because I feel like it's almost been so congested in like what bar, what brewery can you set up a mic or a show in? How do we rotate around the comedy clubs? But
And so many fogies.
and so many
Old fogies.
without being too rude to them, a lot of people
Sorry,
who are
guys.
like, we're better at this because we've been doing it 30 years.
No, you
shit,
need
you're going through that too.
you need
Okay,
you
yep.
need people. You need
Yeah.
these
Yeah.
gatekeepers, the old fogies. They
Yes.
need to stop. You need the new blood in the scene. You need people that are under 50. Okay, not to be ageist, but yeah.
Comedy's changing, and like when you said that, like you kind of just go up and you talk about your day with that lack of structure, because that's what comedy is
Yeah.
to our generation. We're not up there doing the butt up at the
Yeah.
We're not.
I get a lot
we're
of
not,
shit
We're
for
not
that.
doing that exactly, and they're like, this is how comedy's done, but like they probably thought that about people doing knock knock jokes in their generation. They were the ones that changed the game, and so I think now, I guess each generation has their wave and down. I
Yeah.
think this is the time, and yeah, they're not going to give it up. I don't want to blame them, right? This is their kind of kingdom right now. So politely, it's our job to kind of step in and be the next wave and take it. And I think Drunken Stoner and his girl are a great arm of that because they very directly are like bringing comedy to the people. And also like Instagram, TikTok, those have been so instrumental for that as well. Like,
Yeah, and then watching them work like the Extreme Roast Battle, like Sarah was just like on it, like
Yeah, she's a
grabbing
beast.
everything, and like
Sarah's a beast.
No, I love her.
she never stops.
Sarah's a
She
fucking
is
beast.
behind every scene anytime they got something up and running.
When you said like adjusting, like the gatekeepers need to adjust, that kind of, I'm not gonna lie, I felt like that with my music. I don't make music, but I love to listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still stuck in the early, late, all the 90s, early 2000s to like 15, and then after 2015, they kind of lost me with the what the fuck are you guys saying?
Yeah, I'm known the mole rap. I'm known the two. Thank you. That's,
You know-
yeah. We'll get that out there too.
You
but
know,
yeah.
it's like, damn, like if I was to make music, I would probably have to adjust because now I see that everybody that makes music that I listened to when I was younger, they're adapting.
Mm-hmm.
So I love that you said that the old guys, you guys need to adjust, adapt. Go make a TikTok.
Or like exactly, or be welcoming. Like at
Yeah.
least be nice to like the younger
Right,
generation.
like,
Shit.
if you're friendly with another younger comedian and you like what they do, rather than booking your fourth friend on that spot, switch it up. Bring a new voice in, And obviously the idea is when they come up and they have their own shows, they can kind of redo the favor. I guess get the circle of like flowing
Yeah, let's
between
keep it
generations.
going.
And like
Yeah.
you said, do a TikTok. Like
Yeah, do a
everybody should be
TikTok.
on it. Even if like you're younger, there's like some resistance. Like you got a TikTok. His engagement is through the roof. Like people be fighting in the comments.
They hate me. There's if you go on my TikTok right now, every single comment is this dude's content sucks.
No. There's discourse. There is discourse.
Yeah, there's discourse. If I'm gonna level with you, it's very driven between like the 12 guys leaving comments who are like, I don't think this is this funny, and the 2 girls who are like, this is a really great joke, keep it up. Like it has like I guess that switch between them, and then Instagram is where we've had the heat, but that's just being topical and people getting in fights. It's just
Yeah.
that's separate. That's an internet fight that
Don't be humble.
These chats.
that's just internet fights, and
Yeah,
you
it's
probably
like-
get them in your comments on these videos too. You just set this out. One person finds one sentence, and the next thing you know, people spent like days of their life getting after each other on this.
You really said that? Like, wait, I don't even remember saying that shit. I guess, yeah. I mean, I slept last night. Clearly,
No,
you know what
I
mean?
posted this and then I knocked
yeah,
out.
like,
That's-
clearly,
yeah.
you didn't sleep.
Oh, 100%. Or sometimes like what I always love is someone comments and then like, maybe you're feeling a little spicy that day or whatever, and you'll fire back a reply to their comment, kind of put them down, and they'll lay into you. And it's like, well, dude, no, you caught me when I had like a couple seconds free to defend myself. Like I'm now over it. We're not talking.
Yeah.
We're not talking anymore.
sleeping
like,
here.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Dude, for real.
So, yeah, I've said this before on this podcast. Since I don't write my jokes, it's not real comedy. It's like, but last time I checked, comedy was subjective. I mean, I didn't say it. I kind of just let them have it because they've been doing this longer than me, but I gotta strongly disagree because the same people that tell me that, I will go up after them and shut it down. Or they go up after me and it's, okay, this is why people go home. You know what I mean? So I don't know where I was going. Leave me alone. Shit. If you know what I mean? Just
Yeah,
let me.
Stop hassling comedians with your stuff.
Just because I don't do it your style. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I'm not telling
yeah.
you, oh, you right. You right. You can't just go up there and just, just talk shit and make people laugh. You know what I'm saying? Like, anybody can talk shit. Yes. Anybody can talk shit. But getting the laugh, though.
Yeah.
Right. Like how many people talk shit and it's not funny?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then I gotta look at you like, dude, that's not even funny, stupid.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
And the room is silent.
Yeah.
It's silent. You're like, wow, you're just an absolute douchebag for a 4-minute rant, and now we all have to deal with that.
People that just make their whole set just like shitting on other comedians, like the whole thing, like please, like
It only works if it's funny.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
It only works if it's funny. Like even hosting, like holy shit, Theo Blue, you are missed out here. Okay, he moved. He did one set where he stripped down to a Speedo. And right after his set, I was like, all right, well, nothing to say. I'm just going to bring the next comic up because I really want to forget about that shit. And everybody, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
It was just a banger. Like, every comedian that came up, I just had nothing but bangers. I was like, yeah, I can do this.
Yeah, you
thing.
gotta like it's quick. You just do
Yeah.
it. You don't like linger up there for like ever between comics. Like I'm a fan of that. Like just say your quips, say like a few couple things, and what's relevant to you is gonna be funny to them.
Yeah, and like
And then you go to the next person.
you know, I'm piggybacking off of what their set is, but whatever. Shit, it's fucking hilarious. I don't think shit, I might have earned the right not to be humble when it comes to hosting. Damn it, I can host.
He can host.
You know what I'm
He
saying?
can host.
I can host.
Read that. That's a skill.
You know what I
dude.
mean?
Being hosting is sometimes harder than comedy. I think that's awesome. Like stick with that. Like I mean, especially if you really love it, because like
I
you
love
said,
it.
it's the
so
quip
much
and it's
fun.
keep the show moving. And there's so many good comedians who are terrible hosts. They go up there and they're like, oh, I'm gonna work on a new 3 or a new like 5-minute bit. And it's like, no, dude. And it's exactly like what you said. Piggyback. Say what the crowd is thinking off that person, and then just go. Get in and out.
Yeah, don't do like we have we have 10 comics here, okay? Anywhere from 5 to 7 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like the show shouldn't go past an hour and a half. But now we're sitting here for 2 hours because every 5 to 7 minutes that you give the comic, you want to put in, like you said, 3, 4. Like, all right, my ass cheeks are hurting. You know what I mean? It's time to go. Damn it, this always happens to me. I forgot a good ass question. Shit. It was good. That's how I know I'm a genius. Geniuses be forgetting shit.
You got too many ideas. You
Yeah,
know?
like-
yeah.
And you guys, you both keep saying the right shit. Oh, boom. Real quick, though. I got it. So, your 5-minute set compared to your 45-minute set. What are the different structures?
I don't have 45 minutes. I don't have.
Not yet.
But yeah, I struggle a lot with time, and I'm fine now. Like I can do like I would say 6 to 8 minutes easily, but I struggle because like when you're on that high and you're getting all these good laughs, you're like I don't want to lose them. I'm so afraid I'm gonna lose them, and so that's my thing. You can answer.
I guess the only difference in structure between those two sets, I don't have a tight 5, and like I don't have a rehearsed like this is a go-to 45
I do
either.
not have a tight 5.
No, well, I mean, tight 5's great. I get them; they have their place. But like every comedian that's told me to do a tight 5 is one of those like fogies that we're complaining about, because it's like, oh, you need a dirty 5 and a clean 5 so you can get on a late show. What is a late show in 2023? There's no such thing as a late show anymore. Like they don't exist, but comedians do get tight 5s. People do measure them by you. It is a big like traditional milestone as a comedian to have it. But I guess the biggest difference between like a short set and a long set is a long set really lets you work in stories. And a lot of people's exposure, especially audiences, are either social media or a Netflix special. And so in their eyes, what comedy is like crowd work or a quick hitting punchline that they see like on their phone. Or if they're seeing it in a special, like a real comedy set in their eyes, it's stories. I mean, we can go back to just to name one guy like Bert Kirchheiser's. He's got a movie, The Machine. He's got a whole career from that like one story set that he told about like being in Russia and the mob and all that type of stuff. And like as a comedian, a real like punched up with your jokes within its story. Like, that's your claim to fame. That's how people get to know you. That's how people get involved in your life and what you bring. And I think that's probably the biggest part of a bigger set is, like, work in the real you and the stories of your life and get them a chance to connect that way.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So what I learned was, just watching myself, what I learned was the pauses, how and where to place the pauses. I need to stop doing pauses in 5 to 7 minute open mics.
You gotta go.
You know, yeah, like I'm working on it, cause it's like you said earlier with the laughs per minute. For a 5 minute set, you think you get? I should be getting 5 minutes, 5 laughs, 5 minutes, and even that is not enough. Some people say no, you need to get a laugh every 30 seconds. It's like fuck, man, I didn't do too good in math. I just want to have fun.
Yeah, and also there's also
you know
like
what I mean?
it.
Why does it have to be
You
so
gotta,
technical?
especially if you're telling a story, right? Like that takes some time. So yeah, I get that.
What was the last comedy special you watched?
I am such a bad student of comedy. I
just learned that I am too.
Yeah, I am. I didn't realize that. Last special I watched. This is how long ago it was. On like backfill, is probably like Sam Morrill's Netflix special, and that's probably years after the fact. And I'll level with you, I probably got through half of it, and it's not he was doing great. It's just that I don't know. I think it's just something with you have your day job, you're trying to live your life, you're trying to, especially you have a family, you're trying to go to the gym, and then you go see comedy. And I know we got to see the people who are the top of their craft, and we have to see what we aspire to, but like. You have so much of your actual life that really matters, and then all the rest of it is filled with comedy. It's like I can't come home and sit down by myself and just watch more comedy.
Yeah, I just listened to Kevin Hart's new special on Peacock.
Yeah, just drop.
I didn't even get to watch it. I listened to it while I was in the shower.
Yeah,
Oh
because you're
shit!
busy.
Real quick though, premise, setup, punchline.
Got it.
That's the science.
Yep.
Fucking science. Why does comedy have to turn into school? You need to get your
You
numbers
gotta take
right.
your notes out.
And I kind of admired that though, like, cause I've seen, like Jake Gallo. He's one of my favorite comics in the 805. I watched him do what he probably did 15 to 20 minutes at Levity Live, and he went to his notes, and it was the funniest shit ever. He said something crazy, like, let me go to my slow notes because I'm not that bright or whatever. And everybody
Good
was
for
totally
him.
fine with
Good
it.
for him. I know. It's like if you look at your notes, like, oh my gosh, it's so bad. Like, no. Like, look at your notes. Like, it's okay.
Everybody was fine with it. And this was a show that was maybe had 80 to 100 people.
Yeah.
You know, and Jake's like, all right, let me go to my retard sheet or something. Yeah, that's what it was. Like, I need my retard sheet. And he just takes a little 30 seconds, gathers himself, and then another thing. And it was the funniest shit ever. I love that guy.
Exactly, because notes really are a great tool. Because you know what a lot of people probably don't realize about like that special where it's so rehearsed and they're not looking at notes at all is the last stop on their tour. They have been working that same hour-long set up and down the East Coast, across the Midwest. They know exactly what they're doing at that point. But yeah, I mean, even the best comedian, you do 10, 15 minutes and you're like, I got stopped for the sake of the show. And like, it just makes you more human even. Just pull it out and look. Or do the Dion Cole thing and like work it into your act and cross it off. Because you've seen people go crazy for it. He thinks about it, the different type of cross-offs. Like, there's so many ways to just honestly incorporate, like, I'm working on new material into your shows.
I like how Michael Satumba does it. Like, if he says a joke and it's a dud, and he's just like, all right, that one was stupid. And then everybody's dying laughing. Like, dude, I want to get good like him.
I feel like some of that's like self-sustaining though, right? Like, once you have that name, it's almost like anything you say is funny, right? Because it's like, oh, you're a funny person, and that's why people always have that like lead with your first joke. Like, once you establish you're funny, like, they're in your hand right there, and you can kind of work with them, and you can be self-effacing. Like, there's a huge difference to be killing and hit a rough spot and be like, that didn't really work, or to have like a couple bum jokes in a row and be like, well, we need to shift tracks because one's gonna go great, almost like its own joke. The other one is like, oh god, fourth wall break in a bad set.
Yeah.
Here we go. What's next? Crowd work? What? Yeah.
I did learn you have 10 seconds to engage the crowd. Give me 30 seconds because that's kind of rough. Like, introduction and then 10 seconds and before you lose the crowd, that's kind of harsh. But I did my due diligence for you professional comedians out there. I did my due diligence. I'm trying to learn the science, you know. I'm trying to do things that are the right way. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you can take as many classes as you want. You can go to all the improv places that you want, you know. Nobody can teach you how to do you. No one can. Yeah, that was deep right there. On that
No
note,
one can teach you how to be funny.
Yeah.
It's innate.
It is innate. It's 100. You know, I hate to say it. There are some amazing comedians out there, amazingly skilled joke writers, and they're not funny. Like there's some people who are hysterical, but it's like, my God, dude, put together a set. And like,
Yeah.
that's why comedy is so hard, is it's like you really have to end up combining those two. And the funny comes from you. And I think any of that structure can be learned from watching people. Like,
That's my thing. Yeah.
I've never read a book. I've never taken a formal class. Not that I'm, anything special or anything like that, but I think there's so much of that edge to be self-taught. And, there's even, you could start not doing classes. You get stuck. You seek out a comedy teacher or a mentor or whatever. There's so many different paths to good comedy. I don't want anyone to feel like they need to like go through a bunch of books or a bunch of classes or anything like that. There is no one way or academic way or better way to come into it, right? It's really about what you think is funny. And I mean, if a lot of people agree, you're funny. And this it's about bringing it to them in like the cleanest way possible.
I think I just figured it out. So as much as I enjoy watching those hour-long specials, since I've watched them so much, it's kind of like programmed into me. Maybe I should just watch 5-minute sets for a year, just to learn how that's structured. You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, we're about to be goats at this shit.
Oh, we gotta be.
What
What are we doing it for?
We're doing it big.
All right, so let's go off the rails a little bit. Who's driving home?
I am.
Man.
Absolutely,
shit.
man. That's here's the thing. There's only two genders, drivers and passengers. That's it in 2023.
Man shit.
Man shit, absolutely.
All right. Let me see. Who is, and this really can go both ways. Ladies, do not kill me because it's 2023. Shit, I fucking cook and wash the dishes. Okay?
Good man.
My girl cooks more though, and she won't touch a dish. And if she did want to, I won't let her touch a dish. Who's washing the dishes?
I do cleaning. I do he cooks because he can, and I don't like cooking.
See what I mean?
He's really good.
I was because somebody out there's gonna be like, what the fuck? There shouldn't be rules. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Damn it.
It's
Pick your rules.
I cook because I actually enjoy it, and she hasn't done it a lot, but she's usually cleaning because it's about helping out and being equal.
Yeah,
and
it's
splitting.
a team.
Yeah, and I mean I really kind of appreciate my own space. Everyone loves a single life too, but I really love also having her over, and like
It's fun.
sometimes she can work from home, and it's gonna be, I don't know, kind of dumb and cliche, but there's not many better feelings than like you leave to go to work, you come back, and your girl has like cleaned your apartment for you.
It's
and
pretty
she's like,
sick.
you're coming home to a clean apartment, and she's there on the couch, like a smile on her face, and she's like, I ordered food for us, and it's like, yo,
Yeah.
like what a great way to come home.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
dope.
like
Cause like with me and mine, it goes both ways.
Yeah.
It goes both ways. Like, there was a topic that was brought to my attention, and it of course it went to gender roles, and the question was, if your girl or wife comes home after you from work, does that make you less of a man? And some men were like, what the fuck? My girl's never getting home before me. I'm the one that works. It's like, really?
yo,
Cause
what if she works nights? What if you're dating a nurse?
yeah,
Like,
right?
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I just thought it was crazy because there's really some toxic men out there, like just full blown masculinity. Like, hell no, she's not getting home before me. It's like, what do I look like sitting on the couch watching TV and she's coming home from work and I'm just there? It's like sometimes I'm in that boat where I get like we do the same thing for work.
Okay.
You know, sometimes I get off before she does. and vice versa. But when she comes home, like I have to have a clean house. I have to. Like she doesn't like when I clean because we have 4 kids here and they should be doing it. But I I lead by example. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My next question: who likes onions and who doesn't like onions?
I like onions.
A good sauteed onions. Good at sauteed mushrooms.
Okay.
Oh.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
yes.
Yes. Sauteed mushrooms. Yes.
If you guys are ever in LA and you're looking for sauteed mushrooms, literally yesterday we had a religious experience where she got like sauteed mushrooms on her burger at this place called Hugo's, and she's like, no, one fell off. She's like, you need to try that. Like,
you need to try it.
Yeah.
you know exactly the texture we're talking about. Like the exact gift, like right before it gets
Tina
mushy,
hates
and it's
mushrooms.
Like,
I love mushrooms.
Oh, they're so good.
Yeah. She does
all right, so
not.
who's if you think there's one in every couple, who's the onion person for you guys? Who's the onion? Who's the no onion?
I'm the no onion guy for sure.
Okay.
I don't do onions. I don't. Ooh, I'm gonna get killed for this one too. I'm not a big fan of avocados.
Thank you.
I'm not a big
I hate
fan.
avocado. I hate avocado. Absolutely. That is
Like-
like a sin in California. And I
yeah.
am stop putting avocado.
I like avocados, not because I'm trying to be expensive, even though I kind of am, but I I like avocados because
Weird flex, but okay, we're gonna go.
they're anti-inflammatory, so I really like them. But he just doesn't like it because avocado. You probably don't like it because it tastes like clean dick. Avocado slices taste like clean dick. Yeah, in the comments it does. Now every man who likes avocados like, nah, now I can't do it. Avocado slice tastes like clean dick.
Okay, so wait,
We're the real men out there. Everyone else is like, yeah, load up my Chipotle with guacamole, and I'm like, that's a little sus, bro. That's a little.
All right, there might be a theory here. Okay, straight men, leave it in the comments. Okay, we need to debunk this theory. Leave it in. If you're a straight man and you like avocado, that's fucking. She said it tastes like. Well, at least we know you shower. I like that. You know what I mean?
I like that I shower too. I hope she does.
Oh my God, I've never heard, because I compare avocados. To me, it tastes like somebody chewed it up and spit it out and then just fed it, and now you're eating it.
Like grass. It tastes
Like,
like cow
you know what I'm
food,
saying?
Like, they just keep chewing that same grass over and over. Yeah. Maybe it tastes more like clean dick. I don't.
Yo,
I guess that's the best comparison that we had.
I found my clip and title of this show. Avocados taste like clean dick. Okay.
Yep.
Holy, you're stamping that.
Yep. I stand by it.
Okay. So you need to stay away from girls that like avocados.
Absolutely, she ran through.
Okay, wait. So, well, okay. So, how many? Oh my God! I swear I can't make this up. How many other girls can share that sentiment with you? Is that a hill you're willing to die
That's a
on?
hill I'm willing to die on because it's let me be specific. It's sliced avocados. It's not guacamole. Guacamole does not taste like clean dick.
Yeah,
It's
guacamole tastes like clean dick with herbs and spices.
It's just I
My water out.
spit take.
Oh shit!
He makes me
almost
do a lot of those.
I pushed the wrong button too. I almost spit my water out.
It does.
Holy
It's
shit!
I had heard somebody talking about it, and I was like, "Oh my God, it really does taste like clean dick." Like this is a common thing that has been said.
Crazy. I'm putting paprika on my dick tonight.
Pico de gallo, just to dip it in, get
like,
it going. Bring back, by the way, bro code and girl code, so we can get to the root.
my
Thank
God,
you. So we can
what
get to the
the-
root of these
please,
questions.
do it.
Reboot it, just so we can get every comedian, every female in comedy
That
on this track
show
right now.
was flawless.
It was flawless.
That
it was so
show
good.
was flawless.
Oh, I'd love to. Yeah.
Bring
yeah.
it back. Bring it back.
Okay. No, that's okay for when we like.
For when we
together
do
on stage for-
together on stage, yeah, maybe we could do a
That's
version
great
of
idea.
that.
That's a great idea. Or like
Okay.
a show, or like a show theme that we can
Hell
work
yeah.
in.
See
We
what
should
I
bring
mean?
this back.
See what I
We
mean?
are bringing innovation
Fucking
here
universe,
on Real
baby.
Quick.
On the Real Quick Though podcast.
Real
you see
quick.
what we're doing? Holy shit.
We're innovators.
We're innovators.
We're Hollywood innovators. We're just rebooting things.
That's crazy.
Exactly. Real innovation here. Reboot. Let's do it. With a twist.
I did my Little Mermaid joke a few times. I think I'm gonna keep that one.
I want to hear it.
So pretty much, right? Hey, any white people in the crowd? Yeah. Black people in the crowd? Yeah. All right. Something we can all agree on. We all love Disney movies, correct? Yeah. Little Mermaid. Some white people get quiet because it's like, I can't believe she's black. I'm like, yeah, but wait. I need you guys to understand this. That's Hollywood for you, because Hollywood is a bunch of bullshit anyways. Everything's made up and rebooted. You really think a black girl in real life is going to go in the water after she just got her hair done and the crowd goes fucking nuts?
That's fun. Dude, that's good though.
The crowd goes nuts.
That is a great angle for it. You know?
Like I did something at Gigi's, right? There was a girl, she was mixed. She was black and white.
Mm-hmm.
And I did like a light comparison of black and whites with water activities. Mm-hmm. Like, we'll do water activities, but to a certain extent. Whites do water activities. Fucking water polo, jet skis, fucking surfing. All that shit.
Bottom of the ocean.
You guys are, holy shit, that too. You know what I mean? Like water activities, you guys got that shit. And then, and I go, you know what? Dang, lady, I was going to ask you a question, but I don't even know if I can ask you because you're only going to give me half of the answer because you know what I mean? She's all like, just ask me the question. I was like, no, I can't ask you the question. This is at Gigi's, you know. I don't practice sets over there. I just talk shit with people. She goes, just ask me the damn question. I said, all right, fine. Black, yes? She goes, yes. I said, okay. Are you getting your hair wet? And she goes, yeah. And I go, boom. That's the fucking white in you right there. And she's all like, the bar was dying. She was like, that's dumb. And it was dope. Go watch it on YouTube. It's up there.
It's
Gigi's Cocktails. It was pretty fucking funny. But just like, and it was literally off the top of my head. It was just finding a way to bring the two together. Again, opposites attract. Like, but we all go through the same life experiences for the most part.
Yeah.
And people ate it up, and I was like, you know what? I think this is something that I'm gonna keep. I'm gonna keep this one under my belt.
The hair angle and like, do you get your hair wet? That is hysterical.
Yeah, it fucking hit, and I knew it was gonna hit because it's true and it's relatable, especially with her. She plays both sides of the fence.
No, 100%. And then and for her, that's like, because you're like, are you black? She's 100% like in that moment identifying with that half. And then you're like, no, you really don't. And Gigi's, by the way, loves when you put one person on the spot. I know that they love when you get one to your regular.
It's okay, but that's kind of shitty because it's all about genetics. Because like I'm mixed, so that's why I'm like been
What do you
quiet
mix
over
with?
it.
Oh shit, what do you mix with?
My mom, she passed away, but she's from Ecuador, and then my dad, white from Ohio. so yeah, but it depends because like I think.
It definitely does.
So that means only her hair was like the texture of it, like she was okay with it getting wet, like, right?
Yeah, because I told her, I was like, you
but
have
not
just
all,
add water
like,
hair.
Biracial people, like sometimes it's like no, like another girl would have been like, hell no, like I'm not getting it wet. So
Look,
it's kind of, I always think it's risky to do material with biracial people because A, they'll get offended, and B, what if she said no, like no, I don't get my hair wet, because then the joke ends there.
No, it does. Well, but the thing is, she's mixed with black. Because if she would have said no, then I would have been like, okay, so just like me, you think Little Mermaid is some bullshit because you would not be getting in that damn water. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so then she'd be with you on that.
Yeah, so
I just feel bad for her. I feel sorry for her.
It was fun. Like it was funny. Like as
long as everybody had a good time.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. Like I'm good at that shit. Like especially at Gigi's because. You know, people, that's what they're going there for. Nobody gives a fuck. They just want to see somebody look dumb. And for the most part, they just want to see the comedians look dumb.
Yeah. Yes.
For those 3 seconds.
I was like, hey, dumbass, look at this fool. Let's listen to him. I bet he's not funny. And then you fucking get him by getting on somebody else. Or, like, Gigi's, I got some stories at Gigi's. Oh, my God.
All right, tell a story.
What's the best Gigi story? What's the wildest night you've had at Gigi's, like, as a comedian?
Okay, there was one night, right? Swaka J.
Okay.
Fucking Swaka. It was Swaka and the Drunken Stoner. I call him up. Yeah, it was nuts. So he's like, he's on like shrooms or some shit. He goes to Copa. He does his thing there. He's kicking it. Julius, what are you about to do? Oh, I'm gonna go to Gigi's. Come. All right. Fuck it. I'm down. You know what I mean? I'm just on the roller coaster right now. Like, let's fucking, you know how he is. So he gets on stage and he's doing his shit. And then Swaka goes, hey, brother, hey, you got to calm down, man. You know, African as fuck. You need to calm down, you know? And Stoner, at first, he's like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, he's just dark as shit. Like, you know? And then
I've seen that look on him.
Yeah, he's just
I've seen that look on him.
He was stuck for a second, like, and then I go, fuck that. Talk your shit, Stoner. And he was like, I don't know. It was like fucking when Mario gets the mushroom and she's just like, "Rah!" And then he just went crazy on Swaka for fucking 5 minutes straight. It was hilarious. Everybody dropped what they were doing and was just rolling off of their asses. It was hilarious. It was crazy. And again, like Swaka, he was very like, you know, he was fun. It was fun because people were laughing. And he was like, fuck this, I'm on shrooms. I'm on shit. We're just going to fucking ride this roller coaster. And bitch, you're driving the roller coaster. Like, it was crazy. You look like the extra from the Planet of the Apes. And he was going off. Like, it was hilarious, though.
I mean, yeah, it sounds funny as hell. Gigi's is a good place for that because I remember we've been out here a few times, and there was a great time when Jay Auburn let us off.
Holy shit.
And he got heckled by that lady
That's
over the
another
border. Oh, my God. I love when he gets resistance from the crowd because that kid is 0 to 100 like that.
Yeah, that's another one.
Because, you know, like when you get heckled, you like meet the heckler with appropriate force.
Not him.
And he didn't get. He's never gotten that memo. He's a shotgun blast the second you say anything from the crowd, and it's kind of beautiful to watch.
Yeah,
it really is.
There's been a couple nights I thought he was gonna fight.
Yeah. He hasn't yet. Not one.
No.
Fool,
No.
we're due.
I know. Like there was, okay. This one guy, he said some shit to him. And they were going back and forth. And then Jay was like, what'd you say? And then the guy got quiet. And he was like, yeah, that's right, bitch. And I was like, holy shit. I'm like putting my drink to the side.
I
like,
know.
Oh, shit.
Just in case we need to, yeah.
And the guy ate it. He just took it. He tucked his tail. And then that's when Artie kind of came up to me and was like, hey, bro, you got to chill with the heckling. You know, like it got pretty intense.
Oh
like,
my gosh.
it was a couple times, yo. Like he's done it at Copa too. Hey, shut the fuck up while I'm telling my fucking jokes. And I'm like, damn, he's gonna fight somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, someone's not gonna take.
Someone's gonna like, dude, who the fuck are you talking to? Like, I hope I really don't want it to happen. Just don't do no mics like that in LA.
No, in LA, don't do that because one of two things are gonna happen, right? You're gonna get in that fight, or you didn't know it, and those 5 old people in the back have been doing this for 20 years.
Yeah.
They've been on late shows, and they're about to do an impromptu roast of you.
we're
And the
gonna tear
theme
your
of
ass
the
up.
night is you're done, dude. Yeah.
It'll tear you up.
Yeah, and so many times, like we've seen people have like really good sets, and then they'll zero in on someone they don't like, and then they'll lose the crowd because they were riding on a high, and then because of like, you know, this heckler or even another comedian, they want to tear them a new one, and then people don't want that shit all the time.
Yeah,
Like, they
it's
don't. Like it gets old.
It gets negative. It's like,
Yeah.
Real quick though, you know what I just thought about? Go back to the biracial. I think us black, I'm speaking for all black people when I say this. We forget that you can mix other races.
That's such a good point because you were talking.
Like,
to
wait,
her,
you're not mixed with black or anything else? Because how I was brought up, it was you're black and everything else under the sun.
When you said the girl in the Little Mermaid joke, I think from White, I think about it from the exact same perspective because you were like, that girl was mixed. And in my mind, I'm like, oh, immediately black and white.
Black and
like
white,
immediately. And then you're like, I mixed. And you're like,
and then
you're like, oh.
Offend you if you got,
and then you're like, oh, with what? And in my mind, I'm like, oh, Latina and white. What else? Like, what do you like? Mixed is always something in white, and you're like, mixed is always something in black.
Boom, see,
like we're just coming from our place with
see
it.
What I'm saying? Opposites attract. One way or another. We find the same. It's the same shit.
At the end of the day, yeah, it's like comedy, right? It's just a different approach to the same joke, right? We're all living the same life, just in a different kind of direction.
I forgot whites and Latinos can fuck around. Like, you know, like,
they host mics together. Even they.
I fucking forgot about that shit. So what do you get confused with? Like when you tell, like if
oh my gosh, it's so crazy because it depends on like the other race that isn't black or white of the region. So like in Virginia Beach, there's a lot of Filipinos, and when I went to college there, they were like, "You're Filipino." They would always say that, or like Samoan. I've even gotten like and Asian. Although I don't get as much as like some comedians who do look like very Asian, but they're Hispanic. So like but so honestly, like everything under the sun, it's but yeah, so like a lot of different things. But mainly I'm just like racially ambiguous, and so people are just like, you got something brown in you.
Light skin something.
Like yeah, something. I used to get like so like into correcting everybody, but now I'm like, it's whatever you want me to be. Like it's up to interpretation. This is a journey.
Funnier,
I know, whatever works for the joke, right?
So this used to be my joke for comedy. The cheat codes to comedy, you're automatically funny if you're fat or if you're ugly. The fuck was that? What are the kids doing? But people laugh at. I mean, shit. I don't mean to be insensitive, but we're talking about comic. You can't. You can't. To an extent, you can't be a sensitive comic. That's just my opinion. But in general, people laugh at fat people and ugly people. I do. They're just funnier.
Yeah. I mean, you're so primed for it, right? Like you like think about it. You see someone like walk out and they got like their shirt's all weird. It's all over the place. Their hair's crazy.
Yeah.
They're like 300 pounds walking out on there, and you're like, you're like,
see?
You're like
See?
This. You're like,
See?
yeah. You're like, this dude's funny.
Yeah,
like,
this dude got some shit to say.
They could stand there and you might laugh a little bit. Like it's mean, but when they start talking, when they start talking and cracking jokes, like someone who's visually funny,
because
they
know,
are funnier.
They know. They like, man, I know what the fuck. That's like what fucking Cameron. I know what I look like up here. That shit's hilarious every time. Like, yep. I'm glad you said it because I was going to.
Oh, 100%. And it's so like when you were talking about roast battles, that like you're not even gonna write your roast, you're just gonna rip into them in the moment because that's what everyone else sees. And when they get up there and they're like, "I'm fat," I'm about to tell a fat joke. We're all like, "Oh hell yeah, we were waiting for this.
Yeah.
We were gonna start making our own if you weren't gonna." And then they'd say it, and it's better than anything you came up with, and it makes you almost like feel sorry for them but laugh with them, and it's like then they have you, right? Because once you have like almost the audience's sympathy, and you're like, they feel your pain, but they feel how you've worked past it and like shared that with them in a joke. Yeah. At that point, you can take them anywhere. Like such a great way to reel them in those 10 seconds.
It's just like you said. It turns from laughing at to laughing with, and that's kind of what I've been doing lately. I've been working on it. I'm trying to do this premise, setup, punchline with the with my seeing joke. Okay. You know, what did I say? I didn't know the DMV had a math class because they gave me division test. You know what I mean? Like the first time I said it did go over some heads. They're like, division? The fuck is this? Oh shit! The fucking eye vision test, and that shit's been cool. I'm trying.
Absolutely. As someone who's had issues with my vision in the DMV, keep that joke.
Yeah.
As someone who is 100% there with you, has got the vision issues and stuff, absolutely. Anyone who's got any trouble seeing, they picked up on that immediately. Run with it. Yeah,
I'm working on it. Have you ever said a joke, right? Has anybody ever taken a joke from you? And if so, how do you respond to that?
Yeah, I wouldn't say taken. I would say I did talk to a guy real quick. She actually called it out. It was conveniently like a friend of ours. It was about like the old days of dealing weed, back before we had all these dispensaries, and before like even
Before
for
it
just
got
a
legal.
literal drug like weed, you had to go to a janky apartment with like a dude who hit his girlfriend, and there was burn stains
Cigarette
on the
burns
couch,
in
and
the
like
couch.
yeah, exactly, yeah, and then they all that '70s show was always on. There was always something like that, right?
Yeah.
I was like setting that scene because like people always romanticize the old days of weed, and there was another comic who was really similar, and I did actually like pull him aside and talk to him, but I mean, it helped that we were chill and like you speak 2 or 3 minutes and you're like, all right, yeah, our jokes are similar, but we got different angles. We got different ways in. You weren't really stealing my joke, but I don't know. I was new, so I was a little bit vigilant. We have a joke that we have. Anytime someone even comes close, or for the bit, if they're close, we just look over each other. We're like, encroaching.
Yep,
Like just
yep.
I say encroaching.
Yep.
Like there's somebody who has just a long-winded bit about fucking their dog, and then recently there was somebody who talked about Hilda Dion. Somebody said you should fuck your pets, and we were like encroaching because that's basically what the other guy was saying. So
That's crazy.
horrendous example. We don't endorse that at Hilda Dion.
we don't endorse that, and the only reason we say that as a win is the person in question used to proudly be like, I'm not going to do the format. I'm going to do 3 minutes. And it's like, well, if you played the game,
It would be, yeah, come on.
you could work it out and then you have
Yeah,
6.
like,
but he would
God.
go up, shit all over the game, walk away. And then he's like, I got a hill. And we're like, hell yeah. And boy, did he have a hill. And it was well done. But it was about you should have the right to fuck your pets.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
On that note,
We don't. That's not what most.
We don't condone
We're
that.
gonna-
We do not condone
no, I
that
just gotta use
behavior.
the bathroom. We're gonna take a small. I gotta go use the bathroom. I had to go pee. Okay, so about the jokes.
Yeah.
About hearing your joke or somebody stealing your joke. I take it as a compliment now.
Okay.
And I actually took a joke. No, I didn't take it. I asked if I could have it. I did a joke. My friend, he said something about a room full of comics.
Mm-hmm.
I did a joke. I did a shitty joke on purpose. 0 interaction.
Mm-hmm.
And then the joke is room full of comics. And I was like, and that's what a room full of comics sounds like. And boom, everybody exploded.
Okay.
So if you hear somebody take your joke, fuck, where am I going with this goddamn question? Fucking hate this part. I should have kept my pee. I would have remembered it. Do you get offended when somebody takes your joke, or do you take it as a compliment? Like, oh, that was that good for him to take it.
I mean, I guess it is a compliment, right? That they want to take it. So it's definitely a good joke. Like, it tells you it's a good joke, but like, if it's a good joke, like, I want it.
Yeah, straight up. Yeah. Okay, well, so what if it's a good joke and it hits every time, but they tell it better?
If it's that, it'd be different if it was like a story or a real pillar of my set. But
Oh,
if it's just something you wrote or something observational and they're doing it better, it's like, let them have it. You know, if it's something that anyone could have written and they're really doing it better, or their twist like really does take it over the top, then yeah, right? Because
I
at
like
that point,
that.
if you've
pretty
really
good.
improved it by that much, then yeah, it really is yours.
Yeah, your 2 years is showing right now.
So mature.
Yeah, that's a good ass answer. Like, cause you're right. If it's like an experience of yours, it's yours. You didn't experience that. You can't. That's pretty clever. Besides comedy, what else are you into?
Besides comedy, we are also writers as well. We're a writing partnership. We're trying to put together some scripts for some shows. We're trying to get together some pilots. One's like a more adult animated series like you'd see on the Adult Swim style shows. The other we thought was going to be more like a half-hour sitcom style, and that one's very kind of focused in us in the open mic scene and kind of grounded in that way. But now we're switching that over more to like the 45-minute dramedy. So that's new for me, how to write more an hour than a half hour. So yeah, we go into writing that way, and then the rest of it, I ain't special. I'm just a big fan of watching sports. I got my day job. I'm just trying to take care of myself and my people, and we're doing okay that way.
With the writing, do you think you transition into acting?
So kind of, because like with the animated series that we want to do, I want him to
Voice act. Yeah, there you
the-
go. Yeah.
the voice act like the main character. I think that'd be great. I want to do some parts. So we kind of want to do that as far as the animated series, and then the hour long. I mean, I see that like way official, like other people casted, like hopefully big names.
Yeah.
But I think I do love our animated series idea, and yeah, he's a great storyteller. Like, yeah.
Yeah, the voice acting thing is actually cool. I, during the pandemic, tried to get into it, not in terms of like the Hollywood way, but the non-union way. And it was kind of basically unfortunately, it was one of those kind of rip-offs a little bit, where like you take the classes and you get your demos at the end that you can take off, build your website, and run with it. But, it was kind of cool to get that perspective into the industry and, like, how much of the world is voice acting. Like, you ever been walking through an airport and, those PSAs, like, check your bags? That's voice acting. You get paid for that. That's a gig. That's a job. You've done a workplace training video, right?
Yeah.
Voice acting.
I always wondered that.
Someone got paid for that. There's a whole world of, like, that non-union work and type stuff. So I actually have, like, taken a little bit of a class on that, and I built by myself out of PVC and moving blankets my own like sound booth in my apartment, and we're slacking on the website and those type of things. But yeah, that's another element to try to break into, and that's another way, if anyone is interested in it, you really can accessibly build your own vocal booth yourself. I'm talking anything that you can go down and run to Home Depot, and that's just another, like you said, the acting and writing, it's staying visible, staying in comedy, just another aspect of what you want to do.
That's dope. Because I just recently, I haven't like pursued it all the way, but as far as like casting and like being in commercials or being extras, there's a ton of work out there.
Oh, dude, absolutely.
There's
Just
a lot of it
she'd be great at speaking to it because she's so much lived in that world. But seriously, go to Central, get some headshots and go to Central Casting.
Central
Casting. She's the expert here. This is her world. I'm gonna hand this off.
Yeah, well, I did Central Casting like literally like my first week out in LA, and then I didn't really want to be in front of the camera, and I came out here to write for television, and I'm so close to it now. But basically, I had gone to Central Casting, and I don't know, like, after the pandemic how it is, but not only, like, can you, like, be a background extra, if you have a pet, you can register them. If you have a car,
shit.
if you get paid a day rate, like if somebody really needs like a certain car, like obviously it helps if you have like a classic car or whatever, but even if you have just like a basic, like register your car, like because people need like your run-of-the-mill Hondas, like
that show Superstore, right? Remember that show Superstore that was out when I was new to LA and I was driving around for a traveling like sales job all over the city. I used to drive by that set all the time, and they paid those people like a low rate to use their cars and park their cars on that set to be in the background, so it feels like there's a real like shopping center. Their car was making money for those people.
Yeah, there's so many ways to just, especially in LA, like get. And then also we have friends that like do table reads, like they wrote a script drunk, and then we had a table read where we all voiced different characters, like. And I really like personally, like I obviously like I'm working on my own pilot, and I like writing a lot, and that's what I came out here to do. But just staying involved in like the community, I think is awesome, and finding those other people that you could be like, hey, like I want to write a script, and like you voice this, like, and then just like record it on your phones, which is what we did with Danny and Travis.
So the way that I'm feeling right now, just hearing all this from you two, and then just what the Drunken Stoner is doing, it's not that far away. Like this, and I'm speaking to anybody that has like a dream or a goal that wants to do this. It's not that far away. It's literally all you got to do is talk to somebody. It's crazy because like even all of this, I thought it was like, oh, you got to be like a millionaire. You got to know somebody. Like, no, you guys are literally like starting your own. I started my own. Drunken Stoner started his own. And that shit is That shit's dope. But the way you broke it down right now, somebody out there's looking for a red charger.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Or
Like,
if someone
cool.
has like a cat or a parrot or something.
A well-behaved goldfish, even.
Yeah, right. So I got a segment on my show. It's called Phone Check, and what that means is what it says. We're gonna check our phone. What I want to do now is I want to check my email, and just to see how many of these emails that I got. So we got Indeed. I'm not looking for a job. YouTube subscriptions, promotions. Oh wow, I didn't get any. Oh wait, hold on. Let's keep looking. I'll even tell you what it's called. It is. Hold on, let me type it in. Yeah, this is also the segment where we see if people are actually like looking for us. Casting Network. R&B artist, music video, non-union, Black Greek life stroller. Okay, that's one. But yeah, that's crazy. There's so many of them, but nobody cares about me. Ventura Tide Pod, shout out to you guys. Ventura Tide Pod. That's another one you guys got to get on. They're like, there's some potheads though. They smoke.
Okay, hey, yeah, no, we forgot to bring it with us.
Oh, you guys smoke?
We had.
You partake?
Yeah, I just re-upped today actually, but I forgot to roll up on the way here. Our story is that she's been having trouble sleeping, with the rats and such.
Down
in the Hollywood apartment. So I dropped her off home a couple days ago, and she's like, "Did you have a joint?" I'm like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "You know what? I got a couple. Those little like dude twos rolled up. You keep them. You're good." And then I re-up today, and I'm like, I know Julia smokes. We gotta like just be nice, be good guests. Bring something like the bottle of wine, like the housewarming and stuff, and I'll out myself. I forgot. Yeah.
The joints he gave me are in my backpack. So
Hey, look, I'm an edible guy.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm an edible guy. Every now and again, I'll take an edible. Now Tina, she'll take a little puffy every now and again, but I'd rather eat it.
Better for you. I mean, it's you're living longer than us probably at this point if you're eating it.
So
yeah.
indica or sativa? We're going off the rails now.
I prefer sativa. If I'm doing comedy, it's counterintuitive, but I want to go indica because when I get in that headspace, and I actually have a real bad habit of smoking before mics, and your pauses, a second turns into 10 seconds when you're high on stage. Or if you forget a bit, you spend your time chasing down that rabbit hole trying to find it instead of churning and burning. Like, I am a significantly worse performer high. But I guess, maybe I prefer sativa, but maybe indica, just like something real couch locky. Keep it away from my head if I'm going to be performing, as much in my body as I can,
Okay. Yeah. All right. I like that.
Yeah, same. But probably just for like every day. I don't really like weed that much. I did try edibles, and I needed it when I had like bad health problems, and I had like ulcerative colitis flare up, and so edibles helped me with the CBD infused as well, just to like help me with those chronic issues. And then now not so much into edibles, but I'm still open to it.
She's because edibles they got the wide range, right? You
Yeah.
probably what's your dosage on edibles? Are you a high dosage guy? Are you like the medical 20-25 gets me where I need to be? Like what?
I'm high dosage.
Thank
if it
you.
says 1,000 on it, I'm gonna get it.
Same. I got the same thing. It's like I don't do edibles that much because it's so expensive. And this, for all you out there, just so you know, Julius and me were those people. Some people like. Some people, it wrecks them when they have any. That little 10 milligram will mess them up. But for real, like it's even when I had a high tolerance, or even when my tolerance went lower, not to flex, because like we're adults, we're past the point where we're proud of our tolerances.
10 milligrams. I'm sorry.
It's not doing it. Like anything under triple digits, anything under 100 is barely gonna register on the scale, and that's not a flex. It's just that's a real thing. Some people's body chemistry works like that. So. For that reason, I stay away from edibles. You're like, people are like, oh, I'm trying to do an edible day. It's like, yo, I don't got $60 on me. Like, I don't. You're like, hey, you want to take edibles and go to the movie? And it's like, that's great. That's like $10 for you guys. That is not the same.
So
for me.
when I do when I have my high dosages, I'm staying here. I'm staying in my house where I'm comfortable, because I'm gonna get weird, and not like weird, like, you know what I mean, like anything like sexual or nasty weird. I mean like weird, like like fucking, you know what I mean? Like fucking weird. Like I'm going to be in my bed and I'm just not gonna stop moving. I'm gonna be like, I love myself. I like myself. You know what I mean? Like that kind of weird. But I'll do it one. I won't. I really don't do it a lot. I really don't. I'll do. When I do it, I have to make sure that my next day is off. I can't be doing anything the next day because, yeah, it's gonna get crazy. I love going on those trips. Like my trips are so crazy. Like I don't like saying. Actually, I love saying it because I love the reactions. But I see and I have saw how all of the fucking universe works. I seen it. I fucking seen it. I was in it. We're in it right now. Yeah. It's like there's a million things at this very second that we just took for granted, but we're just so unconscious to it because of our vibrations. Yeah. Like I'm one of those guys. Like I'm a huge energy guy. You know, I don't even want to wear rubber shoes anymore. Like I'm one of those.
Okay, so big like grounding type stuff.
I'm all of that. You know what I mean? Like cooked food is not so much anymore. Juicing things, eating food that is more so alive. And when I say alive, I mean like that comes from the ground. You know what I mean? Or it either comes from the ground, and I try to eat as close to this. Yeah, I'm one of those. And
that's healthy. That's the right way to be. I mean, whether you're doing it for health or spiritual reasons, or
it's
like the oneness of Earth, exactly. It's the right way to do it, and I think so many people are moving towards it. Like not only are you kind of like a trailblazer for the right reasons, but there's so many more people riding that wave with you. I think there's almost like a collective growth of all of us being a little bit more conscious of that, you know?
Yeah, like I'm to the point where I would love to have the space for it, but I want to get into growing microgreens. Okay. And I just want to grow my own food, period. Like I know it takes time, and we don't have time because the system. You trade your time and for the dollar, and fuck.
It's hard. Like it's hard to, even if you do have the time and the space. Like growing up, we had a pretty big garden, and I was in there like planting corn and tomatoes and everything, and like just maintaining that and like wrestling with the soil and all of that. That was like when we were in a bigger area way out in the country, like because I grew up in the sticks. And then we moved a little bit closer to like more where the college town is. But yeah, it's a lot of work, but it's so worth it. So worth it.
I did no cooked food for a month.
Whoa, okay, so when you were doing the whole raw food thing, like what were the main like foods? Like what were the pillars that you were actually eating? What did that look like?
Parfaits.
Okay.
Parfaits and salads. And that consisted of what? Lettuce, sunflower seeds, cabbage, broccoli, spinach, carrots, cucumbers, mango. You know
so it's like a raw vegan diet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Vegan. I don't like that vegan. I don't know. It feels too much like a label. People's like,
it's a dirty word, right? It's like saying a yoga lifestyle or something. Yeah, vegan's associated a different way of health. Yeah.
I don't drive a like.
I know. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. I just. Without a connotation.
This might be. I'm okay to all my real vegan. My I almost said veganers. I don't know. Yeah. To all my real vegan heads out there, I still drive a V8, a muscle car V8. So sorry,
Vegan man. I don't know. It's a vegan man.
I'm a man version of a vegan.
V8
V8 with a parfait in my lap.
I'll get us off of this.
Catch me eating my Thai salad in my V8. But no, like it also consisted of like walnuts. Like I have a bag of hazelnuts somewhere, cashews, just poppy seeds, like sesame seeds. There's so many other ways to get your protein to where everybody's like, oh, you got to eat meat to get the protein. That's not necessarily true. We are living electrical beings. We're carbon-based, which means we need to eat carbon-based living in electrical foods, and anything that comes from the ground is alive. The grass outside is alive. The trees, everything outside is alive. We want to eat the food that is alive. We want to eat the food that's closest to the sun. Like and I did it. I felt amazing. I can't even stress it. I want it for everybody. I did it for a month. Like this is how I break it down. You eat that steak, potatoes, you know what I mean? And you wash it down with a strawberry shake. You're satisfied, but you don't want to do shit after. I'll have a parfait with maybe some walnuts and just wash it down with some water. Same satisfaction, but I can go run 10 games of basketball. You know, like I recommend it for everybody. It's hard, and that 3-day fast that shit is a killer.
That first like adjustment period.
Yeah. It's nothing now. I can do it now, but when I first started, it was like, fuck, I haven't eaten in 20 hours. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. Ooh. But think about it like this. When you see somebody that's coming down from drugs, that's what they're feeling. That's all we're doing is just coming down from all that toxins and shit. Yeah,
No, that's actually a really good analogy though for that, because everyone knows that 3-day withdrawal. But yeah, the food withdrawal is different. That's great.
I've been off of alcohol. I've been off of like a lot of sugar, nuts. I used to be so heavily addicted to caffeine, and I've been pretty much like zero, like under 10% on all those things. Like, well, alcohol I haven't touched in a while, and that's because of like my health issues. And dairy, I hardly do dairy. So yeah.
Yeah, same. No dairy.
It's like, and I feel like fantastic. Like I feel great. So I get that.
So now that you know what it feels like, it's hard to go backwards.
Yeah, it is.
It's
weird being like away from it for 4 months, because now I'm at like the time where I'm like, I just wish I could just like have one drink, like, and it's just weird. It's a weird, because like that relief period is over, but now you start to feel good, and you're like, oh, I can do that. I can reintroduce all the bad shit in my life, and I just gotta be like, no, you can't enjoy that it's good. And so it's been a power what's it called, willpower issue, but I'm fine.
The struggle.
Yeah.
So I work at Yard House. Okay. And those burgers, I just look at the burgers like, man.
Oh, I love the shrimp. It's like, it's gluten free. It's like what is it? It's like the spicy, like kind of. It's almost like a pad thai. Like it's a rice noodles with shrimp. Yeah. Oh, that's my dish,
the
man.
ahi too.
Ooh, okay.
The ahi's pretty good.
Yeah, they got really good ahi. Yard House does have really good food. Are we plugging Yard House right now? Because that's a great place to go.
Hey, you know.
I love the tacos.
Those vampire tacos and the fish taco, man. Like I'll have some fish.
Okay.
But I'm starting to like stray away from fish too, because the shark fin soup, that documentary kind of got me. It's like, fuck, man.
No, and it really did. And like the mercury in it, like especially before like her especially before, I guess, like the real like peak of her health scare, she loved seafood, right? Like she loved seafood, especially tuna. And it's like, you can't be having tuna more than like once, maybe twice a week, because it's almost like a shark of the sea. It eats so many other little fish that mercury accumulates, and it's just terrible for you. Yeah.
Salmon's good though.
Salmon's good. Yeah.
Salmon's
definitely
see what
a
they're
good fish
doing
to
to the salmon? They're like dyeing it now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so
like,
wild caught Pacific. Actually, there's another thing I learned. Like all the like, you can see like Atlantic salmon on there. Yeah. All Atlantic salmon is like basically farmed and fisheries. Even if it's like wild caught, it's like not the same. Like the only like good type of clean salmon out there is Pacific wild caught. So like king or Chinook or something like that. Yeah.
Shit, that probably costs $40 a pound.
For real, right? Like you're like, hey, you want fish? You want the good fish?
Yeah.
Like here you go. Yeah.
Everything good for you costs the most. It's sad.
It's so fucked up.
That's why I want to grow my own shit, but they might be fucking with the seeds too.
Well, they are. I mean, with the Monsanto, they're you think like trademarked weed and stuff is the beginning of it? No, it started on soybeans and monocultured corn and stuff like that. I mean, corn's the one that really gets me. Like if you look in your pantry and you see any processed food, like the human body right now, like the average human body it's in the single digits, but is a significant percentage made of corn. Like I don't know the exact number, and it's not like ridiculous, but it's like 8 or 9%, and it's because corn feeds your animals. Corn's in every processed food, and corn is not very nutritious or digestible, right? And like it's to the point where like literally the average human body is like a small amount but measurable percent corn these days. And like, you know, back the Native Americans when they grew maize and stuff like that, there was all those different types of corn. Those like colorful corn. You see, you know, like the Thanksgiving pictures and stuff like that. Yeah. And now it's all just that clean yellow corn. It's a monoculture, they call it, right? And that's dangerous because like if there's a disease or something that infects that plant, the whole food supply shuts down. Like if we don't have corn, we don't have meat, we don't have cereal, we don't have all these things. And like we chose to only grow this one type of corn because we like it. And we put all our eggs in that one basket, and as everyone knows, it's like a terrible idea. And if there's any new disease or new fungus, anything like that that gets it disrupted, it's like one of those real like horrors of the massive like agricultural mass production.
We got to get out of America. So I know it's getting late. This is my least favorite part of the show. But before we get out of here, please plug your shows, plug your Instagrams. You guys are big deals. Like, let everybody know again.
So you can follow us and the Mike specifically at Hilda Dion Mike on Instagram, and then my name is Stephany.f.Santana for Instagram as well. And yeah, we're excited for the Drunken Stoner show coming up
October 20th.
It's gonna be amazing. And yeah, I'll pass it off to Alec.
And October 21st.
October 20th and 21st, yeah, 24-hour comedy festival. We got over 200 comics. We got a whole bunch of different themed shows. They got a bunch of vendors and giveaways. It's gonna be great. I'm telling you, if we weren't jetting over to Vegas, we would be camping. It looks so fun among the Joshua trees and stuff. So my personal on TikTok and Instagram is Pritching It, like preaching it, the way the last name is spelled, PRITCHINIT for that. And then again, the most important thing, please, think of your hills, engage.
Yeah,
it is.
Please.
Think of your hills. Follow Hilda Dion. Love the format. Come out and see a show. Message us if you're in another area and you want us to bring some comedians to you, or if there's a show to you and you want to go up. We'd love to take it on the road. We'd love to get comedians in other cities being a part of this. Roast Battle started at the Comedy Store, and now it's almost like an unofficial league around the world. And what a pipe dream. But it'd be amazing if we could bring this to other people and have other people use it as a workout room and a space and to get the audience engaged. So this has been awesome being on here. This is a great podcast, and thank you for having us on, man.
Fire. I told you it'd have 50%
real
of the time.
Yeah, thank you. Real quick though. This
is great.
This is great. Thank you for having us on, man. This has been a lot of fun.
Yeah, thanks for coming, man. This was this was too much fun. Again, it went better than I planned it. I apologize. It's fucking 11:30.
Yeah, we got wow. Okay.
All right, so Yak Wiz, this has been another beautiful addition to the show. He's like, yeah, I want to fucking hurt. All right, rewind. All right, y'all. Yak Wiz, you know it. I feel like what's that movie? Fucking
Be Kind. Rewind.
It was fucking Bruce Almighty.
Oh
yeah. Thanks for tuning in. Please go like, share, subscribe because the channel's getting bigger. I'm almost at 400 subs on YouTube.
Woo!
Thanks to y'all. Alec, Stephany, congrats on this is official now. Ain't no more situation is relations. I'm taking 2% credit for that.
You should.
But y'all know how I get down. You can't fall if you don't trip. Peace.